push as hard as they possibly.
And a very pleasant good afternoon, and welcome to Pioneer Park on the campus of Tusculum University for South Atlantic Conference baseball action today between the Highland Cavaliers of the University of Virginia's College at Wise and your Tusculum University Pioneers. I'm Jim Miller. I'll be bringing you all the action of today's doubleheader. This is the first of a three-game series. This series originally scheduled to be played at Wise this weekend, but they got some snow over the weekend, so they've moved the games here to Pioneer Park. UVA Wise will be the home team for all three games of this series, 2 games today and 1 game tomorrow here at Pioneer Park. UVA Wise is taking the field, and we'll have our national anthem. Our national anthem prior to the start of college baseball action this afternoon between the Tusculum Pioneers and the UVA Cavaliers. I'm Jim Miller, and our starting lineups for Game 1 of today's doubleheader. For Tusculum, the record of 10-7 overall, 0-3 in the South Atlantic Conference. I'll have Dalton Martin lead off at second base. Bryson Ford, the shortstop, bats second. Fuzzy Fur in left field hits third. Lewis Ezra at first base bats fourth. Jaden Stiegel, the third baseman, batting fifth. Batting sixth in right field is Brandon Trammell. Trey Hinton, the designated hitter, bats seventh. Jordan Beaver catching and hitting eighth. And Alvaro Valdez, the center fielder, batting ninth for the Pioneers, with right-hander Gunnar Becker getting the start today, 2-0 record, making his fifth start of the year. For UVA Wise, they'll line up this way. Leading off will be the second baseman, Brett Roberts. Tyler Blom, the catcher, hits second. Dawson Cagle, the designated hitter, batting third. Gabe Wertz, the center fielder, bats fourth. Tristan Petrelli, the third baseman, hits fifth. Tyler Campbell at first base, batting sixth. Matthew Branham, the right fielder, hits seventh. Jordan Turner at shortstop, bats eighth. And batting ninth in left field is Ethan Fletcher. That will be how they line up behind junior right-handed pitcher Will Stamper. Stamper making his second start of the season. He's pitched 2 2/3 innings so far, no record, with a 3.37 earned run average. Stamper's allowed 1 hit and 1 run so far, with 1 strikeout and 2 walks, and opponents are hitting .111 against right-hander Will Stamper. He is a redshirt junior, 6'1", 205 pounds, out of Lebanon, Virginia. And he will get the nod here in Game 1 of this doubleheader. UVA Wise 7-6 overall. They are 1-2 in the South Atlantic Conference. They opened up their conference schedule last weekend at Mars Hill and lost 2 out of 3 to the Mars Hill Lions in that series. For Tusculum, they're playing their second home series of the season. Well, not technically home. They'll be the visiting team, but their second series at Pioneer Park. They got swept in a 3-game series last weekend by Catawba, losing by scores of 3-2 in 10 innings, 7-4, and 10-4. Leading off for the Pioneers will be Dalton Martin, the second baseman. Martin hitting .340 on the year, a home run, 10 runs batted in. He has 11 stolen bases. The first pitch of game one of our doubleheader at 12:58 is taken high for a ball. Mo Turner is calling balls and strikes in game one of this series. Jake Kefauver is at first base, and Chris Hammett is umpiring at third. As the pitch is in there for a strike. 1-1 the count to Dalton Martin. Martin, 17 hits and 50 at-bats this season with 4 doubles and a home run. The 1-1 pitch to him is cut on and missed, strike 2. Martin got off to a blazing start for the Pioneers. Has cooled off just a little bit. The senior out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. 5'10", 210 pounds. The pitch is behind him and it hits him in the foot. And Martin is a leadoff base runner as he is hit by a pitch for the 6th time this season. So Martin is a leadoff base runner for the Pioneers. That'll bring out the shortstop Bryson Ford. Ford hitting .300 on the year, making his 13th start of the season. No home runs, 7 runs batted in. Ford has started in center field for the Pioneers a good bit this season, getting the start at shortstop today. So Martin the runner at first base. He has stolen 11 bases this season without being caught. First pitch is in there for a strike. Ford, the junior, 6 foot 190 pounds, out of Bearden High School in Knoxville. Ford, a career .325 hitter for the Pioneers. Martin getting a big lead at first base, and Stamper will step off. Stretch. And the 0-1 pitch. Cut on and foul to the screen. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Bryson Ford. Stamper in his career has pitched off and on for these Cavaliers. This season, his only start coming back on February the 9th at Virginia State. Got a no decision and 9-8 loss. Throw over to first base. Back on the dive is Martin. This is the only action today in the South Atlantic Conference. Everybody else got their series in Friday and Saturday. 0-2 the count to Ford. Pitch is low and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count to Bryson Ford. Martin's 11 stolen bases are tied for the conference lead. Shares that with Nick Butler of Newberry, who also has 11 steals. Martin hopping off of first base and chasing back as Stamper steps off. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Martin goes. The pitch is high and outside. The throw to second is high into center field. And Martin will hold on there at second base as he has his 12th stolen base of the season. The Pioneers, that is their 49th stolen base in 18 games. Tusculum very aggressive on the base pass under Coach Brandon Steele. They're second in the conference to Newberry with those 49 steals and only been thrown out 4 times. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count to Ford. Stamper looks him back, and now time is called at the plate. 2-2 the count to Ford, with Martin on at second base and nobody out here in the first. The pitch, hit back to the screen, still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and two, the count remains to Bryson Ford. Stretch. 2-2 pitch. Hit towards center field. Giving chase is Wirtz towards right center. He makes the catch over the shoulder. Now he goes down as he tries to make the throw. Martin's going to round third. He's going to try and score. The throw to the plate is going to be late, and Dalton Martin scores from second base on a sacrifice fly by Bryson Ford. Wirtz made the over-the-shoulder catch in center field and then went down, slipped down to the ground as he made the catch, and Martin didn't stop as he hustled around third and scored on the sac fly. For Ford, it's his 8th RBI of the season, and the Pioneers have a 1-0 lead here in the first. Good job by third base coach Todd Miller to recognize that the center fielder was going to be delayed getting that ball back in, and he brought him the whole way around. First pitch to Fuzzy Fur is taken for a strike. Fur hitting .309 on the year, a home run, 12 runs batted in. The 0-1 to Fur is high. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Fuzzy Fur. Fur, junior, 6'2", 200 pounds, out of Marietta, Georgia. Next pitch is outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Fur in his first season with the Pioneers after 2 years at Chattahoochee Valley Community College. Has been in the starting lineup since day one. 2-1 the count. The pitch is taken for another ball. 3 balls and 1 strike to count to Fuzzy Fur. Stamper's 3-1 pitch is low, ball 4. So Fur is a 1-out base runner, and Lewis Ezra will bat. Ezra, the reigning Southland Conference Player of the Week, is hitting .289 on the season, 3 home runs, 18 runs batted in. Or I should say he won that award earlier this season after a big series against Gannon. Pitch is low in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Blom. 1 ball and no strikes to count to Lewis Ezra. Ezra in last weekend's series against Catawba was 3 for 9 with 2 RBIs. Pioneers have not played since Tuesday when they beat King here by a score of 8-7. Another pitch low in the dirt, blocked. 2 balls and no strikes to count to Ezra. Ezra, 6'3", 215-pound junior out of Miami Lakes, Florida, Seminole State, in his first year here with the Pioneers. Fur, the runner at first base, has 4 stolen bases without being caught. Pitch from Stamper's low and in, 3 balls and no strikes. Cavaliers have not played since last Sunday when they lost to Mars Hill by a score of 17-4 in Game 3 of that series with the Lions. Cavaliers played all 13 of their games on the road. 3-0 to Ezra is high, ball 4. So Stamper has 3 of the first 4 reach base against him. The Pioneers have 2 on and 1 out. For the third baseman, Jaden Stiegel. Stiegel hitting .333 in the season, a home run, 15 runs batted in. Sophomore, 5'9", 180 pounds, out of Hiram, Georgia. The conversation on the mound. The shortstop Turner came in to let Stamper know what was going to be going on here with 2 on and 1 out. The stretch and the first pitch, high, 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0 the count to Jaden Stiegel. Upstairs 2-0. The throw back to first to see if they could nab Ezra napping, and he dives back in safely. 2 balls and no strikes. Two 2-0 the count to Stiegel with Fur at second, Ezra on at first. 2-0 is low. 3 balls and no strikes. We are going to start seeing some activity in the Cavalier bullpen. Tough way to start a series when you get the bullpen up in the first inning of Game 1. 3-0 pitch is in there for a strike, 3-1. Three balls and 1 strike to count to Jaden Stiegel. 3-1 is there. Strike 2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. On deck is the Pioneer right fielder Brandon Trammell. 3-2 the count to Jaden Stiegel. Stretch by Stamper. He'll step off. Three and two the count. 1-on-1 out here in the first with Tusculum leading 1-0. 3-2 pitch. Runners go. The pitch is low, ball 4. And the bases are loaded. 3 straight walks for Stamper, and the Pioneers had the bases loaded, 1 out for the right fielder Brandon Trammell. This will bring a visit from the bench. Cavaliers coached by Hank Banner, longtime head coach, former player for these Highland Cavaliers. He's back all the way back to the Clinch Valley days. But some early activity in this UVA Wise bullpen as the Pioneers had the bases loaded, nobody out or 1 out here in the first inning. Martin led off the inning, hit by a pitch. He stole second and then scored on a sac fly by Bryson Ford on a fly ball that was caught in center field by Gabe Wirtz, and he slipped as he caught it over the shoulder, and Martin tagged up and came all the way around to score. And now 3 straight walks, and Brandon Trammell will come to the plate. Trammell hitting at .234 on the season, no home runs, 8 runs batted in. Trammell, the University of Tennessee transfer. First pitch to him is in there for a strike. Trammell, 6'5", 235 junior out of Knoxville, Bearden High School. Attended UT for 2 seasons. He hits this one to the right side, in for a base hit. Coming around to score is Furr. Ezra's being sent home as well. The throw to the plate is cut off as Ezra slides across. It's a 2-run single for Brandon Trammell, and the Pioneers have a 3-0 lead here in the top of the first inning. RBIs 9 and 10 for Trammell, who found the hole on the right side and delivers the 2-run single as the throw from Branham was cut off. That's 3-0 Pioneers on their first hit of the game. Trey Hinton, the designated hitter, comes to the plate. Hinton hitting .250 on the season, no home runs, 10 runs batted in. First pitch to him is high, 1 ball and no strikes. Hinton, the noted speedster, with 5 stolen bases in a game against Gannon a couple weeks ago. Now on the step off, as moving up on the stolen base is Stiegel. He'll take third base as he caught the pitcher Stamper napping, and he took off before the pitch was even delivered. Stamper, they yelled at him to step off, but by then Stiegel had already nabbed third base. So the Pioneers now with runners at the corners and 1 out. And a 1 ball, no strike count to Trey Hinton. Hinton, a career .252 hitter, 87 career walks in 84 games. That pitch is taken for a ball, 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 the count to the batter Trey Hinton. First and third, 1 out. Trammell dancing off first base as that pitch is in the inside corner for a strike, 2-1. Hinton, also a Knoxville native out of Christian Academy of Knoxville, CAK. 5'10", 180-pound junior. Plays a little third base when he's not designated hitting. 2-1 the count to him. Stamper's pitch popped up, shallow center field. In comes the center fielder Wirtz. He makes the catch. Tagging is Stiegel. The throw to the plate's going to sail offline, and Stiegel will score standing. It's another sacrifice fly for the Pioneers. RBI for Trey Hinton, his 11th of the season, and Tusculum leads it 4-0 here in the top of the first inning. So every batter productive in this inning for the Pioneers. 5 have reached base, and the other 2 have hit sacrifice flies. Jordan Beaver will come up for the Pioneers. Beaver getting his 8th start of the season with Chase Willenweber now on the shelf. Beaver hitting .348 on the season, no home runs, 5 runs batted in. The junior, 6'1", 205 pounds out of Dallas, North Carolina. The first pitch to Beaver is taken for a strike. No balls and 1 strike, the count to Jordan Beaver. Stretch, long look. The 0-1 pitch. Right there for a strike, 0-2. Beaver's gotten the nod 8 straight games for the Pioneers. He sits safely in 5 of those 8. 3 RBIs. 0-2 the count to Jordan Beaver. The pitch, low and outside, blocked, and the throw down to first, and diving in safely ahead of Blom's throw is Trammell. 1-2 the count to Jordan Beaver. Tusculum leading 4-0 here in the top of the first inning. 4 runs on just 1 hit so far in this first frame. Stretch by Stamper. 1-2 pitch, just off the plate, 2-2. Alvaro Valdez, the number 9 hitter, waits on deck for the Pioneers, who have given Gunnar Becker 4 runs here in this top of the first inning. 2-2 the count, the pitch. Breaking ball, high, it's 3-2. So full count to Beaver. Trammell will be off with the pitch with 3 balls and 2 strikes and 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Three and 2 the count to Beaver. The first baseman Campbell backs up behind Trammell. 3-2 pitch. Hit towards short. Played on the hop by Turner. His throw across is scooped at first base by Campbell, as that line drive kind of ate up Turner a little bit, but he was able to stick with it and make the throw across in time to retire the side. But for the Pioneers in the top of the first inning, 4 runs on 1 hit and 1 left on base. Middle of the first, it's Tusculum 4, UVA Wise coming to bat on the Pioneer Sports Network.
They can, and then they push harder, because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big. We give it everything we've got.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Hello, my name is Jacob Fate, and I'm the Dean of the College of Business at Tusculum University. I'm proud to share with you that the programs in the College of Business received accreditation through ACBSP in December of 2018. The Accreditation Council for Business Schools and Programs accredits business schools and programs worldwide. This accreditation elevates our programs to the top programs worldwide.
Bottom of the first inning here at Pioneer Park, Tusculum leading UVA Wise 4-0 as right-hander Gunnar Becker gets 4 runs before he has to throw a pitch. Becker on the season has allowed 5 runs in 4 starts. 2-0 record, 0.87 earned run average. It's his 5th start of the season. He's pitched 20 2/3 innings, allowed 13 hits, 2 earned runs, 5 total runs. He's walked 7, struck out 11. The opponents are hitting 171 against Gunnar Becker, the junior 6'1", 185 pounds out of Grove City, Pennsylvania, by way of Niagara County Community College. His last start was last Saturday against Catawba. He pitched 7 innings, allowed 6 hits and 1 run, walked 1, did not strike out a batter in a 3-2 10-inning loss to Catawba. His 2 wins coming against Gannon back on February the 14th and against Belmont Abbey on February the 8th. Both of those here at Pioneer Park. He's making his 4th home start of the season. And the first pitch is bunted down the third baseline, charging and throwing across in time for the out is the Pioneer third baseman Jaden Stiegel, as Brett Roberts attempted that bunt and was thrown out at first for the first out of the inning. So we'll talk about Brett Roberts next time he comes to the plate. Now we'll talk about the catcher Tyler Blom. Blom hitting .395 on the season. No home runs, 10 runs batted in. He has 6 doubles to lead the team, also has walked 11 times. First pitch from Becker to Blom is taken low and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Blom is senior, 6'2", 210 pounds, out of Mechanicsville, Virginia. The windup in the 1-0 pitch is on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike to Tyler Blom. Beautiful sunny afternoon here at Pioneer Park. The rain is gone for now, and temperatures are going to move up into the 50s. This one has popped up towards shortstop, calling it is the shortstop forward. He drifts back to his left and makes the catch for the second out. So Blom is retired on an infield pop. 2 up and 2 down here in the first. And the designated hitter, Dawson Cagle, will come to the plate. Cagle hitting .244, no home runs, 5 runs batted in. Cagle, for the season, a senior, 5'10", 220 pounds, out of Seagrove, North Carolina. Listed as a switch hitter, batting left, and he fouls that one back, 1 strike to Dawson Cagle. Cagle had a 5-game hitting streak come to an end in the last game against Mars Hill, and he lofts this one to left. Furr a couple steps in, now he plants, and he makes the catch. And a very quick 1-2-3 inning for Gunnar Becker and the Pioneers in the bottom of the first. We are through 1 inning of Game 1 of this doubleheader, with Tusculum leading UVA Wise 4-0 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Family.
Food's here!
What's it mean to you?
We got lunch.
To us, it means the people you care about, look out for, and yeah, love. Even if you'd never let them hear you say it.
Hey, you're eating hummus?
What's wrong with hummus?
Here at Ingalls, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. Because that's what families do. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Hello, my name is Jacob Fate, and I'm the Dean of the College of Business at Tusculum University. I'm proud to share with you that the programs in the College of Business received accreditation through ACBSP in December of 2018. The Accreditation Council for Business Schools and Programs accredits business schools and programs worldwide. This accreditation elevates our programs to the top programs worldwide.
Top of the second inning here at Pioneer Park, with Tusculum leading UVA Wise 4-0. It'll be Alvaro Valdez, Dalton Martin, and Bryson Ford leading off the second inning against right-hander Will Stamper, who got touched for 4 runs in the top of the first inning. First pitch to Valdez is taken for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Valdez hitting .182 on the season, a home run, 3 runs batted in, making his 7th start of the season. He takes that one for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Alvaro Valdez. Valdez, junior, 6'1", 200 pounds, out of Miami, Florida, by way of Eastern Florida State College. The 1-1 pitch to him is on the inside corner, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 the count to Alvaro Valdez. Wind up by a Stamper, and the 1-2 pitch, low and in, 2-2. Valdez back in the lineup. He missed 7 games with concussion-like symptoms after he got hit in the head with a pitch against Gannon back on February the 14th. This is his first game back since then. He missed the Catawba series last weekend. That one's low and in, 3-2. So with Valdez back in lineup in center, Ford playing shortstop now. Ford had been filling in the outfield for Valdez during his absence. 3-2 the count, the pitch. Swing and a miss, he got him. First strikeout for Stamper, and 1 down here in the top of the second inning, and Dalton Martin, the second baseman, will bat. Martin was hit by a pitch, stole second, and scored on a sacrifice fly by Bryson Ford. Martin, a career .381 hitter, two-time All-American, 233 career hits, 169 runs, 17 homers, 142 RBIs. Program career leader in doubles, too, with 59, but he's going to be retired on one pitch here as he chops one to first. And Campbell steps on the bag for the second out, so 2 up and 2 down here in the second. And Bryson Ford will come up. Ford hit a sacrifice fly his first time up, the unconventional variety, as he hit one to center field that was caught by the center fielder Wirtz, who then slipped and fell as he was moving away from the plate. And Martin on second base tagged up and came all the way around to score the first run of the game. First pitch to Ford is low and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Blom, the catcher, getting into a very low stance behind the plate on that first pitch. He takes that one high, 2 balls and no strikes. First catch I ever saw doing that with the splits behind the plate was Tony Pena. He was with the Pirates back in the 80s. Yeah, I'm that old. 2 balls and no strikes to count to Ford. The pitch is there for a strike, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike to count to Bryson Ford. Next pitch is off the plate, 3-1. Stamper has walked 3 so far. And all 3 of them scored in that first inning. 3-1's low and outside, ball 4, and Ford draws base on balls. He's a 1-out base runner for Fuzzy Fur, who drew one of those walks and scored in the first inning. Fur has walked 13 times this season. The top 7 batters in the Tusculum lineup all have walked more than 10 times. As a team, the Pioneers coming into this game had walked 110 times, which was far and away the highest total in the conference. Next highest is Newberry with 83. Ford on the run. The pitch is a strike. The throw, he is out at second base. Nice tag there on the throw by the second baseman Roberts. 2-4 is the caught stealing, and that will retire the side. So just the 5th time this year that Tusculum has been thrown out attempting to steal a base. First time Ford's been caught in his 7th attempt. No runs, no hits, nobody left. Middle of the second, it's Tusculum 4, UVA Wise nothing on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Tusculum University is Tennessee's first university. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Students from 31 states and 15 countries have found a home here. With nearly 60 areas of study, Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit www.tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
We are in Granger County, Tennessee, here at Pierce Farms. And
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a
Bottom of the second inning, middle third of the order for the Cavaliers. It'll be Gabe Wirtz, the center fielder, leading off against Gunnar Becker, the Pioneer right-hander, who only needed just a handful of pitches to get through that first inning. As the first pitch to him, the batter Wirtz is fouled away at the plate, 1 strike. Wirtz hitting .342 on the season, a home run, 11 runs batted in. Wirtz, the center fielder, 6'4", 235-pound redshirt senior out of Deatsville, Alabama, by way of University of West Georgia. Becker just 6 pitches in that opening inning. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Wirtz. Will be followed by Petrarelli, the third baseman, and Campbell, the first baseman, here in the second inning. This one is hit in the hole on the left side. It'll be a base hit for Gabe Wirtz. First hit of the game, first base runner of the game for the Cavaliers. Number 8, third baseman Tristan Petrarelli.
The third baseman, number 21, Tristan Petrarelli.
Petrarelli hitting .256, no home runs, 7 runs batted in. Petrarelli, a senior, 6 foot, 200 pounds, out of Guatemala. and Danville Community College. Wertz, the runner at first base, has 2 stolen bases this season. Becker's first pitch is high, 1 ball and no strikes. One ball and no strikes to count to Tristan Petrarelli. Next pitch is fouled away, 1 ball and 1 strike. As a team, the Cavaliers next to the bottom in the conference in slugging percentage at .354, but they're second in on-base percentage at .417. Their aggregate totals are near the bottom in most categories just simply because they've only played 13 games. 2 balls and 1 strike. Everybody else has played at least 17 games. But Mother Nature can be frustrating at times, especially in the mountains of western Virginia. As a result, the Cavaliers won't play their first game at home until next weekend. More specifically, this Friday, they'll start a 3-game series with Newberry, weather permitting. These are home games for the Cavaliers in the sense that they are the home team on the scoreboard. 3 balls and 1 strike, the count to Petrarelli. On deck is the first baseman Tyler Campbell. The 3-1 pitch, chopped to third. Stiegel lets it play him, and the ball goes into left field. It'll be an error on Jaden Stiegel, and there's runners at first and second with nobody out. Potential double play ball. Stiegel stayed back on it just a little bit, and then the ball hopped on past him, threw him for an error. And for the Cavaliers, they've got runners at first and second, nobody out. For the first baseman, Tyler Campbell. Campbell hitting .143 on the season, making his 7th start. He's 3 for 21 at the plate with a home run and 5 runs batted in. Campbell, a junior, 6'2", 290 pounds, out of East Bend, North Carolina, by way of Catawba Valley Community College. First pitch to him is swung and a miss, strike 1. 1 strike, the count to Tyler Campbell. The 1 pitch, outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Campbell this season started all 3 games of the series at Mars Hill as he takes that one outside 2-1. 3 for 9 in the series with 4 RBIs, including a home run. He's in the count now, 2 balls and 1 strike. Becker stretch, 2-1 pitch is fouled away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pioneer Park, a symmetrical ballpark, 331 feet down the lines, 400 to straightaway center field. This facility, the home of the Greenville Reds Appalachian League affiliate during the summers, for now. 2-2 pitch, high, 3-2. Obviously, everyone here hopes that Major League and Minor League Baseball can come to some kind of an understanding and an agreement to keep the Reds and all the other teams in the Appalachian League viable for the future. 3-2 pitch, hits him. It's going to be inside, but it hit Campbell, and now the bases are loaded with nobody out. A single, an error, and a hit batsman, and the bases are loaded, nobody out. For the right fielder, Matthew Branham. As Tusculum head coach Brandon Steele makes the walk to the mound. Nobody up in the Tusculum bullpen, so Coach Steele comes out in this situation, usually has a message to deliver. He'll gather his troops in. Steele in his 2nd season as head coach of the Pioneers, a longtime assistant coach under Doug Jones, whose number 9 was retired last weekend in ceremonies here at Pioneer Park before the games of the Saturday doubleheader against Catawba. Number 9 hanging on the right field fence, commemorating his years with Tusculum. You'll be able to catch a glimpse of that throughout today's game. Jones stepped down after the 2018 season to focus on his duties as the Associate Vice President for Athletics here at Tusculum. So Coach Steele goes back to the dugout as Matthew Branham, the right fielder, hits. Branham hitting .378 on the season, no home runs, 9 runs batted in. He has 5 doubles on the year. First pitch is fouled back to the screen by Branham, 1 strike. Branham, the hometown boy from Wise, went to Burton High School. Only played one of the games in the series at Mars Hill last weekend, went 0 for 3. Before that, he had hit safely in 6 in a row. High, 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, the count to Branham. Becker with the set. The 1-1 pitch. Late swing and a miss, strike 2. Ball and 2 strikes to count to Branham with the bases loaded, nobody out here in the second. Wirtz a runner at third, Petrelli at second, Campbell on at first. After a quick first inning, Becker's found himself some trouble here in the second. The 1-2 pitch is popped up in the infield. It'll be an infield fly as the signal's been made. The catch is made by Martin, backpedaling onto the grass for the first out here in the second inning. So Branham is retired, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Jordan Turner. Turner hitting .241 on the season, no home runs, 4 runs batted in. He's been hit by 6 pitches this season. Giving an on-base percentage of .452. Still looking for his first extra base hit of the year. Turner is senior, 5'10", 185 pounds, out of Berryville, Virginia. The first pitch to him is outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Outfield, mindful of Turner's relative lack of power, is playing somewhat shallow. Furr, in particular, the opposite way in left field is shallow. And that pitch is taken for a strike, 1-1. Ball and a strike to count to Jordan Turner. Ethan Fletcher, the left fielder and 9-hitter in the lineup, will bat next. Becker's pitch is outside, 2-1. 2 balls and a strike to count to Jordan Turner. Stretch by Becker. 2-1. Chopped to first. Playing it on the hop is Ezra. He'll flip to Becker for the out. Coming in to score is Wirtz. It'll be an RBI for Turner, his 5th of the season, and the Cavaliers are on the board. It's 4-1. Be an unearned run for the Cavaliers, but it's a run nevertheless. That's moving up to third base is Petrelli, and Campbell up to second now with 2 outs in the inning. The left fielder Ethan Fletcher steps up. Fletcher hitting .250 on the year, a home run, 3 runs batted in. Fletcher is sophomore out of Louisa, Virginia, 6'1", 190 pounds. That pitch is there for a strike from Gunnar Becker. 1 strike to count to Ethan Fletcher. Fletcher, an all-region player at Danville Community College. He hits that one through the left side for a base hit. Petrelli's going to score. Campbell's being sent home. First throw to the plate is going to be late. And taking second on the throw is Fletcher. And it's 3 runs in the inning now for the Cavaliers, and they've cut it to 4-3 on a 2-run single by Ethan Fletcher. Fletcher's 4th and 5th runs batted into the season. He just shot that one through the left side. Furr charged it, and his throw to the plate kind of died out as it got close to the plate. It looked like it was going to be a close play, but Campbell able to score, and it's now 4-3. So 3 unearned runs against Becker's record, but they're on there nevertheless. This one's hit to center field. Valdez charging, still charging, dives, and he can't get it as it pops out of his glove. Everybody's safe. In to score is Fletcher, and we're tied at 4. Valdez gave it a run, and he got there, but the ball just popped out of his glove as he came to the ground on the slide. That'll be an RBI single for Fletcher, or for Roberts, as Fletcher scores, and we are tied at 4. 4-4 here in the second inning as Brett Roberts gets the RBI single. Now this one's flared into right field. It's going to be a base hit. Roberts takes the turn as Trammell picks it up and gets it back into the infield. And all of a sudden the Cavaliers have come to life. They have runners at the corners with 2 outs. 3 straight singles by Fletcher, Roberts, and now Blom. And the bases are loaded with 2 outs for the designated hitter Dawson Cagle. Cagle flying out to left his first time up. Hits are coming so fast that we can't even keep up with who's at the plate. Poor Brett Roberts has been up twice, and I haven't even been able to tell you anything about him. Cagle has flied out to left in his previous at-bat. This inning has unraveled quickly for the Pioneers as this one's hit to right center field. That's going to be extra bases, and it's going to 2-hop to the wall. In to score is Roberts. Blom coming all the way around from first. He will score. It's a 6-run inning for the Highland Cavaliers, and they lead it 6-4 here in the second inning on a 2-run double by Dawson Cagle. So the error by Stiegel earlier in this inning now looming massively as all 6 of these runs are unearned. But, you know, that error was 6 batters ago. They've gotten 4 straight hits since then. So it's a team effort here, and it's gone south for the Pioneers quickly in this second inning as now bullpen activity is going to start. At the plate now is Wirtz as they've batted around here in the second inning. Wirtz singled and scored earlier in this frame. As Tusculum sends a right-hander down to the bullpen to get loose. 1-0 pitch is in for a strike, 1-1. As keeping my streak alive, I've again forgot my binoculars. And the thing is, he ran down there with no jacket on, so I could have seen his number, but I was preoccupied with other activities. 1-1 pitch, high, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike the count to Wirtz. 6 runs in the inning for UVA Wise, and they lead at 6-4. Becker's 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball is theirs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 the count to Gabe Wirtz. Tusculum with 4 runs in the top of the first inning. And now UVA Wise with 6 runs here in the bottom of the second. They lead at 6-4. 2-2 pitch. Popped into right field. Trammell going back. He has it lined up, and he will make the catch, and the inning is over. But a big inning for UVA Wise in the second. They scored 6 runs in the inning, 5 hits, 1 costly error, and 1 left on base. We have finished 2 innings here in Game 1 of our doubleheader. It's UVA Wise 6, Tusculum 4 on the Pioneer Sports Network. New pitcher for UVA Wise as we go to the top of the third inning. Robert Adams, the right-hander, will take over. Adams, making his 5th appearance of the season, 0-1 record, a 3.18 earned run average, 5 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned. No walks, 4 strikeouts, and opponents hitting .346 against Robert Adams. Adams, a sophomore, 6 foot, 160 pounds, out of Norcross, Georgia, and Augusta University. His first pitch to Fuzzy Fur is taken for a strike. Fur walked and scored in the first against the starter Will Stamper, who leaves after giving up 4 runs in the first inning, all earned. He walked 4 and struck out 1. Gave up just 1 hit. Ball and a strike, the count to Fuzzy Fur, who was batting when Ford was caught stealing to end the top of the second inning. The 1-1 pitch, chopped towards short. Turner has it, long throw from his back heel, and it is in time for the out to get Fur. Nice play there by the shortstop. Turner got enough on the throw to get the out, 1 down here in the third. Louis Ezra will bat. Ezra walked his first time up and scored.
The first baseman, number 32, Louis Ezra.
So Ezra batting with 1 down here in the third. Tusculum trailing 6-4 in game 1 of this doubleheader. That will be a 7-inning game to follow. Adams' first pitch is there for a strike. Adams' last appearance was last Sunday against Mars Hill. He gave up 4 hits and 2 runs in 1 inning of work. And that's called strike 1-1. A game that wound up being a 17-4 loss for the Cavaliers to the Lions. The 1-1 pitch. Line towards right is a foul ball. Past the first baseman Campbell and foul down the right field line. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count to Louis Ezra. 1-2 pitch is high and away, 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count to Ezra. The pitch, breaking ball, fouled past the Tusculum dugout. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count holds. As you can see, the activity underway in the Pioneer bullpen. Ezra back in the box with a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Adams with the pitch. Chopped towards first. Campbell can't get it before it bounces foul. It's still 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes count remains to Ezra. Adams will walk back to the mound. Stiegel waits on deck for the Pioneers. Wind up the 2-2 pitch. Hit towards right center field. That is going to drop in for a base hit. Over to field it is the center fielder Words. On his way to second is Ezra, and the throw is offline, and into second for a double is Louis Ezra. For Ezra, that is his 3rd double of the season, and he is a runner at second base with 1 out.
Third baseman, Jaden Stiegel.
For Jaden Stiegel, the 3rd baseman. Stiegel walked and scored in the back in the first inning. So Stiegel batting here with Ezra on at second base and 1 out. Stretching the pitch by Adams, swing and a miss, strike 1. No balls and 1 strike the count to Jaden Stiegel. Stiegel also stole a base in that first inning. This is lined into left field. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Fletcher picks it up as Ezra will hold on at third. The throw comes all the way into the plate, and taking second on the throw is Stiegel. So not a great play there by the left fielder Fletcher as he airmailed that one to the plate. So it's runners now at second and third with one out. Pioneers with back-to-back hits against Adams, and Brandon Trammell, the right fielder, comes to the plate. Trammell had a 2-run single in that 4-run first inning. Trammell now with 10 RBIs on the season. He lines that one down the right field line. That's in for a base hit. This will plate 2 more. As coming around third is Stiegel. He will score behind Ezra. 4 RBIs for Brandon Trammell and a pair of 2-run singles, and we are tied at 6 here in the third inning. So Trammell with 4 RBIs in the ball game, and we're only in the top of the third inning. As he put another good swing on that one as well and lined it into right field. So Trammell now with 12 RBIs this season.
Now batting, DH, number 6, Trey Hinton.
Those 4 RBIs are a season high. He's on at first with 1 out here in the third in the 6-6 ball game. Trey Hinton, the batter. Hinton hit a sacrifice fly his first time up. Chopped foul past the Tusculum dugout. 1 strike to count to Trey Hinton. The slugfest is broken out in game 1 of this series. Adams with the high set and the pitch. Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Trey Hinton. Jordan Beaver, the catcher, waiting on deck. This one is hit down the right field line. It is going to drop in for a base hit. Trammell is around on his way to third. Holding on to first base is Hinton as a throw back in from Branham and right. And the Pioneers have 4 straight hits in the inning. They have runners at first and third with 1 out. Just saw the Cavaliers get 4 straight hits in the bottom of the second inning. And Tusculum coming right back with 4 straight hits with 1 out here in the third. And Beaver will come up. Beaver grounded out to short his first time up to end the first inning. So Tusculum is now caught up to UVA Wise in hits, both teams with 5 hits apiece. This one's lined towards right field. Branham giving chase. He's not going to get it. It's going to drop in for a base hit. In to score is Trammell. Hinton got a good jump. He's rounding third. He's being sent. The throw is going to be cut off and brought into second base as Hinton crosses 2 more runs for the Pioneers on a 2-run double by Jordan Beaver. And Tusculum now leads it 8-6 here in the third inning. Beaver with RBIs 6 and 7 on the season, his second double of the year. And now at the plate for the Pioneers is center fielder Alvaro Valdez. 1 ball and no strikes to count to Valdez. The stretch. 1-0 pitch is low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Or 2 balls and no strike. Check that. That next pitch is taken for a ball. 3 balls and no strikes. Three and 0 the count. To Valdez, the pitch. Taken for a strike, 3-1. Three balls and 1 strike the count to Valdez. Popped up in the infield behind the plate. Giving chase is the catcher Baum, but he's not going to be able to get there as it hits the top of the backstop. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count. 3-2 the count. Good crowd here at Pioneer Park this afternoon. A lot of folks enjoying the sunshine. 3-2 the count to Valdez. Beaver on at second base, a 3-2 pitch. Low and in, ball 4. So Adams got the first out of the inning on a ground out to short, then a double, single, 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 double walk.
The second baseman, number 5.
Dalton Martin comes to the plate. Martin was hit by a pitch and scored a run in the first, grounded out in the second. Eight to 6 Tusculum here in the top of the third inning. Martin batting with 2 on and 1 out. And we'll get some bullpen activity for the Cavaliers here in a moment as Martin fouls this one away down the left side. 1 strike. The count to Dalton Martin. Temperature this afternoon is currently at 55 degrees. We'll hit the upper 50s by the time we finish play today. Not a lot of drop-off tonight. We'll stay in the 50s all afternoon. The 0-1 to Martin. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Dalton Martin. Martin hitting .273 with runners on base this season. .267 with runners in scoring position. .333 overall. Adams 0-2 pitch. Hit to short. It's caught by the shortstop Turner. He'll flip to Roberts at second, and that'll be a double play to end the inning. So Martin hit it on the nose, but right to the shortstop, and Beaver got caught off second base to end the inning, and the side is retired. For Tusculum in the top of the third inning, 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. Middle of the third in game 1, it's Tusculum 8, UVA Wise 6 on the Pioneer Sports Network. Bottom of the third inning of game 1 of our doubleheader. We've been at it now for just about an hour. We're in the bottom of the third inning, 8-6 Tusculum with the lead. Gunnar Becker still out there for the Pioneers, and he will face the third baseman Tristan Petrarelli leading off the bottom of the third inning. Petrarelli reached on an error, pivotal play in that second inning. On a possible double play ground ball to third, but it turned out to be an error, and the 6 runs that scored that inning for the Cavaliers all wind up being unearned. 1 ball and 1 strike the count to Petrarelli. He'll be followed by Campbell and Branham here in the third. Becker's 1-1 pitch is low and away, 2-1. 8 runs, 6 hits, and error for the Pioneers. 6 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Wise. If you thought you were going nuts and saw an image in a picture, we had figured it out, a little technical set up that was not quite clicked the way we needed it to be, but we got it solved, so you won't see an umpire standing at second base where there was where there was none standing. 3-1 the count to Becker, and the pitch is low for a ball. Ball 4. I had it at ball 4. The scoreboard had it at ball 4, and Petrarelli did not, and now he takes his base. I think if you're a batter and you don't realize it's ball 4, you should just have to bat again. Campbell, the batter. Campbell has reached on his only plate appearance. He was hit by a pitch and scored in that second inning. Becker with a set, and the pitch to Campbell. Pop foul right side. It's going to be playable for Ezra, but he can't get there as it drops in foul territory. That brick wall down the third baseline is not padded, so we've seen Ezra collide with that. See first baseman over the years kind of run into that and take that a little gently over there. Looks nice, but it hurts. They do have it padded in where the wall corners meet, where they keep the tarp. That area, that corner is padded, but the rest of it is just exposed brick. 2 strikes to count to Campbell. Breaking ball low. Ball and 2 strikes to count to Tyler Campbell. Becker this season, 22 2/3 innings, has allowed only 2 earned runs, but he's given up 9 unearned runs. Throw over to first. Back on the dive is Petrarelli, the runner. He has not attempted a stolen base this season. Now another throw over to first and back again on the dive. Pitch inside, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to count to Tyler Campbell. Becker's pitch fouled back to the screen, still 2-2. Nothing else on the conference scoreboard today. Everybody played yesterday. Catawba swept Queens in a doubleheader, 7-3 and 5-4. Wingate beat Coker in 2 games, 8-3, 8-4. Carson Newman swept Mars Hill, 10-7 and 7-1. Newberry swept LMU, 10-8 and 7-6. This one's golf to left field. Furr will have room in front of the warning track, and he makes the catch for the out. As jogging back to first base is Petrarelli, 1 down here in the 3rd inning. As Campbell give that one a drive to left field. The wind was blowing earlier, and it just died down. Now it just picked up again. That wind had been blowing like that there. It might have had a little chance to hit the wall or maybe go over. The other games yesterday, Lenore Rhine swept Anderson 10-5, 13-9. At the plate is the right fielder Matthew Branham, who popped up to second the first time up. Takes that one on the inside corner for a strike. The conference standings through 2 weekends: Catawba 6-0, Newberry, Wingate, and Carson Newman 4-2, Anderson, Lenore Rhine, and Mars Hill 3-3. Coker and Queens are 2-4. LMU is 1-5. Wise coming in at 1-2 this weekend. Tusculum, the only winless team, at 0-3. This one is hit towards right center field. Trammell running in, and he slides, and he does not make the catch, but he recovers, and he'll throw into second base to get the out on the force. Nothing Petrarelli could do on that play, as he had to just be at the mercy of the play by Trammell. It'll be a fielder's choice, 9-6 on the out at second base for the second out of the 3rd inning. Smart play by Trammell to recover, first and foremost to trap the ball next to him and keep it from bouncing behind him. And then he had enough time to throw from his seated position to second base to get the out. It's not an easy throw. 1 ball and no strikes to count to the shortstop Jordan Turner, who knocked in a run in the second inning on a ground out. Turner hitting .233 this season. 1-0 pitch. Low, 2 balls and no strikes. Branham, the runner at first base, has stolen 1 base this season. Two and 0 the count to Turner. Becker's pitch is on the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. Two and 1 the count to Jordan Turner. That pitch is high, 3-1. These teams will play one more tomorrow. I believe that the first pitch will probably be at 1 o'clock tomorrow. We'll have it here on the Pioneer Sports Network. 3-1 pitch. Right there for a strike, 3-2. Then Tusculum's off to Young Harris Tuesday for the return game of that non-conference series. Tusculum beating Young Harris here 16-6 on the 19th of February. The next weekend, a 3-game series at Coker, 2 o'clock Friday, noon doubleheader on Saturday. And back home for more games, Pioneer Park. The 3-2 pitch is right back to Becker. He stabs it, flips it to first, and the inning is over. A walk, but nothing else for the Cavaliers in the third. We go to the top of the fourth inning in game 1 of our doubleheader. Tusculum 8, UVA Wise 6 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingalls has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time. Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Off to the top of the fourth inning here in game 1 of our doubleheader with Tusculum leading UVA Wise 8-6. Jim Miller with you here on the Pioneer Sports Network. Glad you could join us on this Sunday afternoon for baseball action. The series postponed from being played in Wise due to snow and other assorted accompaniments that come with cold weather. So the series is moved down here, playing the doubleheader today and the single game tomorrow. The UVA Wise will be the home team for all 3 games of the series. It hasn't bothered Tusculum yet as they scored 4 in the first, 4 in the third, lead at 8-6. Robert Adams starting his second inning of relief. He gave up 4 of the runs in the third inning, and he'll face Ford, Furr, and Ezra here to start the fourth. Bryson Ford has hit a sacrifice fly and walked. I think we have a new pitcher. Is a new pitcher. So it looks like it's Devin Mathis. Get a confirmation on that here. This one is golfed down the left field line towards the foul pole. It is a foul ball. So Ford yanked that one just foul down the left field line. Two balls and a strike to count to 40. Hit 3 home runs last season. Still looking for his first long ball of this season. Two balls and a strike. The pitch hit towards third and in the hole to the left side for a base hit. So Bryson Ford, a leadoff single here in this fourth inning. His first hit of the game, the seventh hit for the Pioneers. And Fuzzy Fur will come to the plate. Fur has walked and scored and also grounded out.
Fuzzy Fur.
So here's Fur as the throw to first base. And back safely is Ford. Ford was thrown out attempting to steal to end the second inning. Fur has walked and scored and also grounded out. Give you the line on the new pitcher here in just a moment as the first pitch is taken for a ball. 1 and no strikes to count to Fuzzy Fur. The stretch and the 1-0 pitch high, 2 balls and no strikes. Devin Mathis, 5'10", 195-pound sophomore out of Roper, North Carolina. 2-0 pitch, up and in, 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes to count to Fur. Mathis making his fourth appearance of the season, an 0-run record, a 4.50 ERA, 6 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs, 3 earned, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts, and opponents hitting .280 against Devin Mathis. Stretch, 3-0 pitch. Taking all the way and draws ball 4. So first to reach base against Mathis here in the fourth inning. And Luis Ezra will bat. Ezra has walked and doubled and scored 2 runs.
Luis Ezra.
So first and second, nobody out. We'll see Ezra, the cleanup hitter for the Pioneers, but not really expecting a bunt. The way the Pioneers have been swinging the bats today. And that is taken low for a ball. Tusculum does have 9 sacrifice bunts this season, of which Ezra has 0. 1 ball and no strikes to count to Ezra. Stretch and the pitch. Outside corner, strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 the count to Ezra. Pitch is there for a strike. It's 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Ezra. Ezra with 18 runs batted in this season leads the team. Swing and a miss. He's down on strikes. Ezra strikes out. First strikeout for Mathis. 1 down here in the fourth.
Number 13, Jaden Stiegel.
Jaden Stiegel will bat. Stiegel has walked and singled and scored 2 runs. Batting with runners at first and second and 1 out. Now, the middle infielders, Roberts and Turner, trying to keep the runner at second, Ford close. Stretch by Mathis. The pitch to Stiegel is there for a strike. One strike to count to Jaden Stiegel. he steps off the rubber. 1 strike the count with 1 out here in the 4th. Pitch, popped up, foul. Be out of play as it hits the roof of the canopy behind the Pioneer dugout. That canopy extending all the way down both foul lines through the seating area. 0-2 the count to Stiegel. Mathis looking in for the sign. Pitch outside, 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Stiegel. One-two pitch, low in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Blom. 2-2 the count to Stiegel. The stretch by Mathis. 2-2 pitch, hit towards third. Jumping to make the catch on the bounce is Petrarelli. His throw across to first is not in time, and it's going to be an infield single, or it's going to be on the relay throw, not in time. It'll be a fielder's choice, 5-4 for the second out. So they get Furr at second. Second out of the inning, and on to first is Stiegel on the fielder's choice. So with 2 outs, it'll be Brandon Trammell at the plate. Trammell has singled and knocked in 2 in the first, singled and knocked in 2 in the third. Got 2 more out there here in the 4th. Facing Mathis. Pitch. Outside, a ball and no strikes. Trammell's boosted his average up to 265, 12 runs batted in this season. Stiegel has 8 stolen bases and 9 attempts at first base. Fouled back. A big cut, 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 the count to Brandon Trammell. Swing and a miss, strike 2. One ball and 2 strikes to count to Trammell. The pitch, fouled away, still 1-2. One-two pitch is outside. Stiegel's going on a bit of a delayed steal. The throw goes into center field, and Ford's going to score as Stiegel will move up to third base on the throwing error. The stolen base for Stiegel, and he'll move up to third on the error. And coming in to score is Ford, making a 9-6 Tusculum lead. That throw was just airmailed into center field. First error of the game for the Cavaliers. So Stiegel at third base now with a count of 2 balls and 2 strikes to Brandon Trammell. Outside, full count. Three and 2 the count, the pitch. Low and in ball 4, and Trammell reaches for the third time. And Trey Hinton will bat with the runners at the corners and 2 outs. Hinton's hit a sacrifice fly and singled. He scored a run.
DH, number 6, Trey Hinton.
All 9 Pioneer starters have reached base. Top 7 batters have all scored at least 1 run. Pitch from Mathis is there for a strike. One strike the count to Hinton. The pitch is there for a strike, 1 and 2, or no balls and 2 strikes. No balls and 2 strikes the count to Trey Hinton. Trammell goes. The pitch hitting the left side in for a base hit. In to score is Stiegel. Stopping at second base is Trammell. It's an RBI single for Trey Hinton, and the Pioneers lead it 10-6 here in the 4th inning. Second RBI of the game for Hinton, his 12th of the season. Pioneers continue to pile up the runs here in this game. Jordan Beaver will come to the plate. Beaver's grounded out and hit a 2-run double. Now batting .360 on the season. First pitch, inside corner, strike 1. One strike to count to Beaver. Pitch from Mathis is fouled back. No balls and 2 strikes. Nothing in 2 to count to Jordan Beaver. Stretch by Mathis. The 0-2 pitch. Hit towards short. Turner, long throw from the hole. It's off target. Everybody's going to be safe. That'll be an infield single for Jordan Beaver. And the bases are loaded. Turner did all he could do on that play as the third baseman Petrarelli tried to cut it off as well. Could not. And a perfectly placed infield single by Jordan Beaver, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs for Alvaro Valdez, the center fielder. Valdez has struck out and walked in his 2 plate appearances. 9 hits now in the game for the Pioneers. Mathis's pitch is on the outside corner, strike 1. Popped up, shallow center field. Wirtz, the center fielder, backs up and makes the catch, and the inning is over. In the inning for the Pioneers, they got 2 runs on 3 hits. There was an error, and the bases were left loaded. We are through 3.5 innings in Game 1. It's Tusculum 10, UVA Wise 6 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
We are in Granger County, Tennessee, here at Pierce Farms, and the Pierce family has been working with Ingalls for over 30 years. It means a great deal supplying produce as a local farmer. It really touches base knowing that we're just simple people just trying to help, and we love what we do, and Ingalls is a huge part of helping us do it. Farming is who we are, and it's in our blood. God has really blessed us with the sun and the soil to grow the best tomatoes you'll find anywhere. I believe it's really in the soil. So if you're in Granger County, you farm tomatoes, then you're in. Just a great blessing on us to actually farm and be able to farm and to supply tomatoes to people. And Ingalls really cares about family farms like Pierce Farms, and they really care about their customers. We're just glad to be a part of that. God has blessed us with a really great partnership there. They make fresh local produce have real meaning for lots of people. I'm Shane Pierce, and this is my Ingalls story.
Welcome back to Pioneer Park, where Tusculum leads 10-6 over UVA Wise in Game 1 of our doubleheader. We're going to the bottom of the fourth inning. Yes, it is the bottom of the fourth inning. UVA Wise, the designated home team for this three-game series, as they were forced to move this series to Tusculum due to field conditions up in Wise. So we'll play 3 games here this weekend. Well, this started this week, 2 today and 1 on Monday, as this first pitch is chopped to third. Stiegel with the spin and throw, not in time. Almost got him. Almost a sensational play by Jaden Stiegel, but safe at first base is Ethan Fletcher on an infield single. Fletcher's now 2 for 2 in the game. We'll take another look at this one as it was chopped to third. Makes the stab, loses his hat, spins and throws, just safe at first base. This will bring up Brett Roberts. I'm going to talk about Brett Roberts now because I've been hyping it now for a couple innings. Roberts is a redshirt sophomore, 5'8", 180 pounds out of Cumming, Georgia. Entered the game today hitting .271 with no home runs and 5 runs batted in. And he takes a pitch for a ball. He was out on a bunt and also had an RBI single his first 2 plate appearances, which went by so quickly I didn't have any chance to tell you all about Brett Roberts. Now you know. Fletcher, the runner at first base, has 1 stolen base this season. Becker's pitch is off the glove of the catcher, Beaver. It'll be a passed ball. And moving up to second base will be Fletcher. Two balls and no strikes, the count to Brett Roberts. Pitch is there just high for a ball, 3-0. Three balls and no strikes, the count to Brett Roberts. Becker's pitch in the inside corner, strike 1. 3 balls and 1 strike, the count. To Brett Roberts. This one is hit towards second, past Martin into center field for a base hit. Fletcher rounds third. He will score. And Roberts has his second RBI single of the game, his 7th RBI of the season. And just like that, the Cavaliers back at it. It's 10-7 here in the fourth. As the hits just keep on coming this afternoon. Tyler Blom, the catcher, bats. Blom has popped up and singled and scored. That pitch is taken for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. One ball and no strikes to count to Tyler Blom. Got in on him there, and he fouls that one away. 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 the count to Blom. Lined into left field, that'll be a base hit. Roberts will stop at second base. Another hit for the Cavaliers, their 8th of the game. 3 straight singles to lead off this 4th. And here comes Pioneer head coach Brandon Steele, and I believe this will be the end of the line for Gunnar Becker, and it will be, as they have made the signal to the bullpen. We'll have the information on the relief pitcher when we come back. Tusculum leads UVA Wise 10-7 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Back here at Pioneer Park, where it's a pitching change for the Pioneers. The right-hander Trent Collins comes on. Collins is 6'2", 180-pound sophomore out of Cohutta, Georgia. Collins making his 8th appearance of the season. He has one start, a 1-1 record, a 2.61 earned run average. 10 in the third innings, 12 hits, 9 runs, 3 earned. 8 walks, 7 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .273 against Trent Collins, the new pitcher for the Pioneers. So Becker will depart after 3 innings of work. The runners on base are his responsibility. Collins did not pitch last season, but 2 years ago had an 0-1 record with a 9.75 ERA, so he's making his 13th career appearance. Last time out on the hill was Tuesday against King. He pitched 2/3 of an inning, gave up 2 hits and a run. Last weekend he pitched in the game against Catawba on Sunday, took a 10-4 loss in that game. An inning and a third, gave up 5 runs, just one of them was earned, but he was tagged with the loss in that game. His win came against Young Harris back on the 19th of February with 2 scoreless innings, or 2 innings of relief, allowed 1 unearned run. So Collins will go to work against Dawson Cagle. Cagle has flied out and hit a 2-run double. That was part of the Cavaliers' 6-run second inning. First pitch from Collins is popped up. Shallow left field. Furr will battle the sun and the wind and make the catch for the out. So 1 pitch, 1 down here for Trent Collins in the 4th inning. The center fielder Gabe Wirtz will come to the plate. Wirtz has singled and scored and flied out. He is 1 for 2. Wirtz, the cleanup hitter for the Cavaliers. The pitch, inside and low, 1 ball and no strikes. Want to know the count to Wirtz. Stretch. And the 1-0 pitch. Hit to third. Stiegel has it. On to Martin at second for 1. On to first. It is a double play. And Trent Collins comes in and gets the side out on a fly ball and a double play grounder. 5-4 to 3 around the horn. And that'll end it for the 4th inning for the Cavaliers. They do get a run in the inning on 3 hits and 1 man left on base. End of 4 in game 1 of our doubleheader. It's Tusculum 10, UVA Wise 7 as Ezra catches the throw from Martin for the final out of the inning. And that's 10-7 Pioneers on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingalls has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time. Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Number 5, Dalton Martin.
Dalton Martin leading off the top of the 5th inning for the Pioneers in game 1 of this doubleheader. Devin Mathis out there to start the 5th inning for the Cavaliers as Martin bunts that one foul for a strike. Martin has been hit by a pitch, stole a base, and scored a run. He's grounded out, and he is lined into a double play. 10 runs, 9 hits, and error for Tusculum. They've left 5. 7 runs, 8 hits, and error for the Cavaliers. They've left 3. This one is fouled away. Down the left side, no balls and 2 strikes to count to Martin. We followed by Ford and Furr here in the 5th inning. This one is hit to short over the glove of the shortstop Turner in the left center field for a base hit. So Dalton Martin picks up his first hit of the game. He is a leadoff base runner here in the 5th inning.
Now batting the shortstop, number 10, Bryson Ford.
Bryson Ford will come to the plate as Martin has now hit safely in 6 straight games with that hit. Ford has hit a sacrifice fly, walked, singled, and scored a run. Pitch from Mathis, check swing, fouled away, 1 strike. One strike, the count to Ford. That pitch is inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch is outside, 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike, the count to Ford. Checks or takes a look at that one. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and 2 the count to Bryson Ford. Mathis's pitch hit past third and down the left field line. Giving chase is the left fielder Fletcher as Martin heads into third base. Ford cruises into second base with a double. His second hit of the game. The Pioneers with runners at second and third. Nobody out here in the 5th inning. 11 hits now in the ball game for the Pioneers. Before that is his 5th double of the season. And Fuzzy Furr will bat. Furr has walked and scored, grounded out, and walked. Tusculum with 4 runs in the first, 4 in the third, 2 in the fourth, and now they have runners at second and third, nobody out here in the 5th. Infield will come in all the way onto the grass. Pitch is low, 1 ball and no strikes to count to Fuzzy Furr. This one is hit to left field. Fletcher camps under it, makes the catch. Martin tags, and the throw comes all the way in, and Ford alertly tagging and moves up to third base. Fletcher had no chance of getting Martin at the plate on that play, and Ford smartly goes back and tags at second, and when he saw that throw coming all the way in on the fly, he took third base. Good job all around there. Furr for putting the ball in play and getting a sac fly out of it, and Ford for tagging and moving up to third. For Furr, it's his 13th RBI of the season, and the Pioneers lead at 11-7. Luis Ezra will bat with the runner at third and 1 out, and he skies this one to left field. Fletcher backtracking some more, and he'll make the catch in front of the track. And another sac fly RBI for the Pioneers, their 4th sacrifice fly of this game, as Ezra knocks home Ford. That's 12-7 Tusculum. Second time this game, the Pioneers have had 2 sacrifice flies in the same inning. Time to crack open the record book and see what the record is for sacrifice flies in a game. So if anybody's got that, it's Dom Donnelly. He could probably tell you the record for most pickoff attempts in a game. Jaden Stiegel will bat. Stiegel has scored 3 runs in the game. He's walked, singled, and reached on a fielder's choice, and also stolen 2 bases. The pitch is high for a ball, 1-0. The single game record for sacrifice flies by a team at Tusculum The pitch is there for a strike. Is... Here we go. Wait and tell you after this pitch, the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Team record for sacrifice flies in a game is just tied it. It's been done 4 times previously, against Bristol in 1994, against Virginia Intermont in 2001, against Lincoln Memorial in 2003, and against Alderson Broadus in 2005, as Stiegel lines one to left field and Fletcher gets all 3 putouts in the inning. And the side is retired. 2 runs in the inning, 2 hits, and nobody left. Halfway home in Game 1, middle of the 5th, it's Tusculum 12, UVA Wise 7 on the Pioneer Sports Network. Back here at Pioneer Park with Tusculum leading by a score of 12-7 as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. New pitcher for the Pioneers is going to be the right-hander Trevor Lloyd. Lloyd, a junior, 5'11", 180 pounds out of Knoxville, Hardin Valley Academy, making his 6th appearance of the season, a 1-1 record, a 3.60 ERA. 10 innings, 12 hits, 4 runs all earned. He's walked 4, struck out 10, and opponents hitting 300 against Trevor Lloyd. He'll go to work here in the bottom half of the 5th inning against the leadoff batter for the Cavaliers in the inning, the third baseman Tristan Petrarelli, who takes a strike and now takes the ball. 1 ball and 1 strike to Petrarelli, who has reached on an error and scored, and also walked. 4 multi-run innings in this game for the Pioneers, and they lead it 12-7. 2 balls and a strike is the count to Tristan Petrarelli. Lloyd's last appearance was Sunday against Catawba. As this one's hitting the hole. On the play is the shortstop Ford. His throw across is going to be in the dirt, but it was going to be safe anyway, and a base hit for Petrarelli. Nice play there by Ford to go into the hole when he popped up. His throw across was late on the infield single for Petrarelli, his first hit of the game, 9th hit of the game for the Cavaliers. Lloyd's last appearance was Sunday against Catawba, went 3 1/3 innings, gave up 4 hits and 2 runs. Now at the plate is the first baseman, Tyler Campbell. Campbell has been hit by a pitch and scored, and also flied out. That pitch is outside. 1 ball and no strikes to count to Campbell. Tusculum has only played 1 road game since February the 3rd. Now is at Carson Newman on February the 12th. Pitch is outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Tusculum opened the season with 4 games in Florida against Palm Beach Atlantic, Nova Southeastern, Lynn, and Embry-Riddle. They went 1-3 in those 4 games. Two 2-0 the count. The pitch is high, 3 balls and no strikes. Tusculum then took 2 out of 3 from Belmont Abbey, won a midweek game at Carson Newman, won 4 in a series from Gannon, and then beat Young Harris for losing 3 in a row to Catawba last weekend, and then they defeated King on Tuesday. 3-0 pitch is there for a strike, 3-1. That's how the Pioneers have gotten to their 10-7 record this season. 3 balls and a strike the count to Tyler Campbell. Lloyd's pitch right there for a strike, 3-2. UVA Wise opened the season February 2nd and 3rd with a 3-game series at Payne. They lost 2 out of 3 in that series. Then took 3 out of 4 from Virginia State, took 2 out of 3 from Southern Wesleyan, and then lost 2 out of 3 to Mars Hill last weekend for their 7-6 record. 3-2 pitch is outside, ball 4, and it's a walk, and the runners are now at first and second with nobody out for the right fielder Matthew Branham. Campbell's now reached base twice safely on a walk and a hit by pitch. Branham has popped up and reached on a fielder's choice on a liner to right that Trammell slid for, and the ball, he trapped it as he slid in and had time to get up and throw out the runner Petrelli at second base. Lloyd's pitch, chopped to third, foul, 1 strike. One strike the count to Matthew Branham. Congratulations to the Tusculum women's track and field team. They finished 3rd the conference championships this weekend. So when it's hit towards short, Ford has it. He has the shortest way to 3rd, and they get the out at 3rd base. Good heads-up play there by Bryson Ford, his second heads-up play of the inning, as he only had 1 chance, and he had the out in front of him, and he took it as he gets Petrelli trying to move up, or force that out at 3rd base for the first out of the inning.
With the one-away shortstop, Jordan Turner.
Shortstop Jordan Turner now at the plate. Turner's grounded out twice, once on a 3-1 play and the other on a 1-3 play. He knocked in a run with that first ground out. First pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0. The Tusculum women's track team, 3rd place finish, their best ever finish at the conference championships. 5 gold medal performances this weekend, including 3 involving Nicole McMillan, the Pioneer standout distance runner. 1-0 pitch, chopped towards short. Ford charges. He'll have the play across the diamond in time for the out. Runners move up, though, to 2nd and 3rd, but there are 2 outs in the inning for the left fielder, Ethan Fletcher. Turner now 0 for 3 in the ball game. Fletcher has singled twice. He drove in 2 runs with a single in the 2nd inning and then singled and scored in the 4th. Batting with runners at 2nd and 3rd here, 2 outs in the 5th. Tusculum men's track team finished 6th at the conference championships this weekend. This one is grounded up the middle into center field, a base hit. It's going to bring home 2 runs as Valdez's throw comes all the way in, and the runner's going to try to go to second. The throw is late. Valdez didn't think so. He was charging in from center field, and he saw the play behind the call from the base umpire, Jake Kefauver, but safe at second base is Fletcher, and he has 4 RBIs now in the game, and scoring are Campbell and Branham, and that makes it a 12-9 game here in the 5th. Wasn't necessarily the play there from Valdez, as we've seen that a couple times today with outfielders throwing all the way to the plate and allowing base runners to move up an extra base. So it's 12-9. 2 outs here in the 5th for the second baseman, Brett Roberts. Roberts was out on a bunt attempt his first time up, then singled in the 2nd, singled in the 4th, both times driving in a run. First pitch is in the ball, blocked in the dirt, blocked by Beaver, 1 ball and no strikes. Teams have combined for 21 runs on 21 hits, and we're still only in the 5th inning of Game 1 of this 3-game series. This will be a 9-inning game. A 7-inning game will follow. Lloyd's pitch, fouled away. Ball and a strike. One ball and 1 strike the count to Brett Roberts. Lloyd's pitch inside. 2 balls and a strike. The stretch by Lloyd. The 2-1 pitch coming. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Two balls and 2 strikes the count to Brett Roberts. Fletcher, the runner at second base, with 2 outs. This one's lined to left field. Furr was playing shallow, and it's right there at him, and he makes the catch for the out to end the inning. Roberts hit it on the nose, but Furr makes the catch. In the inning for the Cavaliers, 2 runs on 2 hits and 1 left on base. We have completed 5 full innings in Game 1 of this doubleheader. It's Tusculum 12, UVA Wise 9 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Family.
Food's here!
What's it mean to you?
We got lunch.
To us, it means the people you care about, look out for, and yeah, love. Even if you'd never let them hear you say it.
Hey, you're eating hummus?
What's wrong with hummus?
Here at Ingalls, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. Because that's what families do. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Hello, my name is Jacob Fate, and I'm the Dean of the College of Business at Tusculum University. I'm proud to share with you that the programs in the College of Business received accreditation through ACBSP in December of 2018. The Accreditation Council for Business Schools and Programs accredits business schools and programs worldwide. This accreditation elevates our programs to the top programs worldwide.
New pitcher for UVA Wise. This will be their 4th pitcher of the game, and it will be the right-hander Dylan Luttrell. Luttrell is senior, 5'10", 175 pounds, out of Woodford, Virginia. Luttrell this season making his 3rd appearance, no record, a 7.71 ERA, 2 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 1, struck out 3, and opponents are hitting .333 against Dylan Luttrell. Brandon Trammell, who's knocked in 4, leads off for the Pioneers here in the 6th, and he takes this one for a strike. Trammell had a 2-run single in the 1st, another 2-run single in the 3rd, and walked in the 4th. He scored a run also. Luttrell's pitch is low and in. Ball and a strike to count to Brandon Trammell. Trammell, Hinton, and Beaver due up for the Pioneers here in the 6th. Way high and outside, 2-1. Luttrell's pitched 2 games. His last appearance was Sunday against Mars Hill. He gave up a run in an inning. 2-1 pitch is up and away, 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike the count to Brandon Trammell. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Full count to Trammell. 12 runs, 11 hits, and error for Tusculum, 9 runs, 10 hits, and error for Wise. 3-2 pitch, fouled away, still 3-2. Luttrell with the windup and the 3-2 pitch. Hit up the middle, another base hit for Brandon Trammell, who's 3 for 3 today in Game 1 of this doubleheader. Trammell has some good swings this afternoon. He's a leadoff base runner here in the 6th. He's reached base all 4 times. Trey Hinton, the batter. Hinton hit a sacrifice fly, singled twice, knocked in a run, scored a run. He's knocked in 2 runs, actually. Is his second single back in the 4th inning, drove home a run. Luttrell's pitch is up and away. 1 ball and no strikes to Trey Hinton. One 0 pitch. High. 2 balls and no strikes. Two and 0 the count to Trey Hinton. Inside corner, strike 1. Snap throw to first by the catcher Blom, and back in safely on the dive is Brandon Trammell. Stretch, the 2-1 pitch coming from Luttrell. It's there for a strike 2 and 2. Two balls and 2 strikes the count to Trey Hinton. The pitch, lofted down the left field line. Fletcher was playing over towards right center, and this ball will drop in foul for a strike. 2 and 2 the count holds to Trey Hinton. Two balls and 2 strikes to count to Trey Hinton. Pitch hit to center field. Having it lined up as the center fielder Wirtz, and he makes the catch for the out as Trammell will retreat to first base, 1 down here in the 6th. And the catcher Jordan Beaver will bat. Beaver has grounded out, doubled home 2, and singled.
Catcher, number 46, Jordan Beaver.
He is now 2 for 3 in the game. Luttrell with the pitch. Line down the left field line. It is a fair ball heading towards the corner. Fletcher will have to go dig it out of that corner as Trammell with the big strides comes around third, and he will score standing up. It's the second double of the game for Jordan Beaver. He's knocked in 3, and the Pioneers tack on another run. They lead at 13-9 here in the 6th. 3 RBIs now for Beaver.
For the Pioneers, number 19, Alvaro Valdez.
And Alvaro Valdez will bat. Valdez has struck out, walked, and flied out. 13 runs now on 13 hits for the Pioneers. Luttrell's pitch is low for a ball, 1-0. One 0 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. One pitch is low and outside, 2-1. Two balls and a strike, the count to Valdez. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Two pitch is chopped foul, still 2-2 the count to Alvaro Valdez. The stretch, and now stepping off the rubber is Luttrell. This one is lined into center field. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Beaver had to make sure the ball dropped in, and he will hold on now at third base as the throw was cut off by the first baseman Campbell. As Beaver was indecisive on that hit to center field. It was kind of flared in there. And better safe than sorry with one out in the inning. Now Beaver will hold on at third, but Valdez on at first with his first hit of the game. 14th hit for the Pioneers. They've got runners at the corners, one out for Dalton Martin. Martin has been hit by a pitch, grounded out, lined into a double play, and singled. He scored 2 runs and stolen a base. With that hit, Tusculum now all 9 starters have at least 1 hit in the game. First pitch to Martin is high, 1 ball and no strikes. Stretched by Luttrell. The 1-0 pitch. Taken for a strike, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, the count to Dalton Martin. 1-1 pitch, low, 2 balls and a strike. Two balls and 1 strike, the count to Dalton Martin. Throw over to first, and Valdez dives back in safely. Valdez has only attempted 1 stolen base this season. He was thrown out. Stretch. Valdez leaned a little bit, and he's back in safely on the dive. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Two balls and 2 strikes. Pitch away, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three and 2 the count to Martin. Line towards short on the 1 hop. Played by Turner. Throw to first in time for the double play. What a play there by the shortstop Jordan Turner as the ball was lined right towards the umpire, Chris Hammett, and Turner stuck with it, and they wind up turning the double play 6-4-3 to end the inning. A run in the inning for the Pioneers on 3 hits and 1 left on base. Middle of the 6th in game number 1 of our doubleheader is Tusculum 13, UVA Wise 9 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Off to the bottom of the 6th inning here in Game 1 of our doubleheader, with the Pioneers leading by a score of 13-9. Tyler Blom, the catcher, leads off the bottom of the 6th inning, facing right-hander Trevor Lloyd. The first pitch is swung on a miss for strike one. Blom has popped up, singled and scored, and also singled. He's 2 for 3. Batting .413 now in the season. Swing and a miss, strike two. Lloyd came on in the 5th, gave up 2 runs. A 2-run single by Fletcher. 0-2 pitch is high, 1-2. All 4 pitchers for the Cavaliers have given up at least 1 run. In fact, the first 3 pitchers gave up exactly 4 runs. High, 2-2. Stamper, Adams, and Mathis all gave up 4 runs. Luttrell gave up 1 run in the 6th. The windup and the 2-2 pitch. Popped up, foul. It'll be out of play. I said earlier that all the Tusculum starters had gotten a hit. They've all reached base. Fuzzy Fur has walked twice, but he's 0 for 1. 2-2 pitch, away, 3-2. 14 hits in the game for the Pioneers. They've also walked 7 times. 3 balls and 2 strikes the count to Tyler Blom. Line foul past the UVA Wise dugout, still 3-2. Wind up 3-2 pitch. High, ball 4. So leadoff walk for Blom here in the 6th. The designated hitter Dawson Cagle will come to the plate. Cagle has flied to left twice and also doubled home 2 runs. Time is called. More activity in the Tusculum bullpen as the first pitch to Cagle is taken for a strike. As the shadow line starts to head towards the first base line here at Pioneer Park. One pitch is fouled, tipped at the plate, and that got Beaver on the foot. He'll walk this one off as home plate umpire Mo Turner, in a sign of professional courtesy, will walk that new baseball out to Trevor Lloyd as Jordan Beaver tries to shake off the effects of that foul tip. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Dawson Cagle. Stretch by Lloyd. The 0-2 pitch. Looped into right field. It's going to fall in for a base hit. Read well by Blom. He'll go first to third. And the Cavaliers have runners at the corners with nobody out here in the 6th inning. The 11th hit of the game for UVA Wise.
The center fielder, number 28, Gabe Wertz.
Second inning in a row. Actually, the 3rd inning in a row that UVA Wise has gotten their first 2 men on base. 4th time in 6 innings in this game that they've gotten their first, not only their first man on, but their first 2 men on in an inning. And Gabe Wertz, the center fielder, bats. Wertz has singled and scored, flied out, and grounded into a double play. And before Lloyd can throw a pitch, Coach Brandon Steele is making his way to the mound, and this will be a pitching change for the Pioneers, as will be a relief pitcher coming on as Lloyd will depart here in the 6th inning. Tusculum 13, UVA Wise 9, here on the Pioneer Sports Network. pitcher for the Pioneers here in the bottom of the sixth inning is right-hander Sam Lowe. Lowe making his seventh appearance. He's 1-0 with a save, a 2.63 earned run average. 13 and 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned. He's walked 4, struck out 13. Opponents hitting 133 against Sam Lowe, whose first pitch is up and in for a ball to the Cavaliers' Gabe Wirtz. Lowe, a junior, 6'3", 220 pounds, out of Binghamton, New York, by way of Monroe Community College. Lowe has been effective out of the bullpen for the Pioneers this season. That pitch is inside for a ball. Two balls and no strikes the count to Sam Lowe. Lowe's last appearance was Tuesday against King. That pitch is in there for a strike, 2-1. He got the victory with 2 2/3 innings of relief in that 8-7 win. 2-1 the count to Wirtz. Pitch is low, 3-1. 3 balls and a strike, the count to Gabe Wirtz. Blom the runner at third, Cagle on at first. 3-1 pitch, pop foul, 3-2. Three balls and 2 strikes, the count to Wirtz. On deck is the third baseman, Tristan Petrarelli. 3-2 pitch, low and outside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. The low comes in and walks Wirtz. And Petrarelli will bat with the bases loaded. Petrarelli's been safe on an error, walked and singled. He scored a run. First pitch to him, fouled back, 1 strike. One strike, the count to Petrarelli. Lowe's pitch, inside corner, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes, the count to Tristan Petrarelli. 13-9 Tusculum, 6th inning of Game 1 of this doubleheader. Lowe stretches, the 0-2 pitch. Hit towards short, they're not going to get 2. Will they get 1? They do at second base as Martin holds the bag, and Wirtz is retired on the fielder's choice grounder. In to score is Blom, and on the third base is Cagle. RBI for Petrarelli, his 8th of the season. And it's now 13-10. That run is charged to Lloyd. Cagle now at third base with 1 out. The first baseman, Tyler Campbell. Campbell has been hit by a pitch, flied to left, and walked. He has scored twice. First pitch is taken for a strike. 1 strike, the count to Tyler Campbell. Stretched by Lowe in the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes, the count to Tyler Campbell. More activity in the Tusculum bullpen. Likely lefty Mitch McCain. That pitch is just off the plate, 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes, the count to Campbell. The stretch by Lowe. Long look at the 1-2 pitch. In the dirt, 2-2, blocked by Beaver. The stretch and the 2-2 pitch coming from low. In the dirt, bounced again. They're trying to get Campbell to chase, but he's not biting. Pitch is lined to center field. Valdez makes the catch, tagging at third, and coming in to score is Cagle on a sacrifice fly by Tyler Campbell. And it's now 13-11 as Petrarelli retreats to first. Sac fly for Campbell,
The right fielder, number 24.
his sixth RBI of the season. And now batting with 2 outs is the right fielder Matthew Branham. Matt Branham has popped up, reached on a fielder's choice, and also reached on a fielder's choice. So he's 0 for 3 officially. Does have 1 run scored. This one is hit to right field. Trammell in to his left a few steps, and he'll make the catch. And the side is retired. 2 runs in the inning for the Cavaliers on a hit and 1 left. 6 innings complete in Game 1. It's Tusculum 13, UVA Wise 11 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingalls has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time. Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
We made it to the top of the 7th inning here at Pioneer Park with Tusculum leading 13-11. Jeremiah Ball, the new pitcher for UVA Wise. Ball, a sophomore, 6 foot, 180 pounds out of Kingsport and Dobbins Bennett High School. He'll go to work here facing Bryson Ford here in the top of the 7th inning. Ball's first pitch is taken low. Ball has made 2 appearances this season, 1 in the 3rd innings. He's given up 4 earned runs on 2 hits, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. And opponents hitting .333 against Jeremiah Ball. Ford grounds that one up the middle for a base hit, his 3rd hit of the game. He's now 3 for 3 officially with also a walk and a sac fly. And Ford gets the 15th hit of the game for the Pioneers. He's the leadoff base runner here in the 7th. Tusculum now with 15 hits. Their season high for hits in a game is those 15, or are those 15. They had 14 hits against Lynn on February 2nd and 14 hits against Young Harris on February the 19th. So new season high in hits. Tusculum season high in runs is 16 as Ford picks a breaking ball to go on, and the throw to second is not in time. Roberts held the tag for a while, but safe at second base on the stolen base is Bryson Ford, his first steal of the game and his 7th of the season. Ford was thrown out earlier in the ball game by the catcher Blom attempting to steal. Tusculum is in double figures in runs now for the 6th time this season. Ball's pitch to Furr is chopped to third. Petrarelli will throw across after looking Ford back. And Furr is retired for the out. Furr now 0 for 2 officially. One down here in the 7th, and the first baseman, Lewis Ezra, will bat. Ezra has walked, doubled, struck out, hit a sac fly, and has scored 2 runs. At Young Harris game, the season high in runs was 16. They also had 14 against Gannon, 13 against Lynn, and 11 more twice against Gannon. In that series, Tusculum scored 42 runs in a 4-game sweep. Also, that was the series that the Pioneers stole 27 bases. No, 22. No. I was right the first time. 27 stolen bases in that 4-game series against Gannon a couple weeks ago. First pitch to Ezra is outside for a ball, 1-0. 13-11. Tusculum with the lead here in the 7th inning. Tusculum has not homered in its last 6 games. The last home run that the Pioneers hit was on February the 15th against Gannon. That came off the bat of Garrett Dupuis. 1 ball and no strikes to count to Ezra. Actually, it was the last home run they hit was off the bat of Chase Wollenweber in that same game. The stretch by Ball on the 1-0 pitch. Leads off 2 balls and no strikes. Tusculum with 4 in the first, 4 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth. Ball's pitch. Strike. 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike to count to Lewis Ezra. Turner sneaking in behind Ford at second base, and the pickoff throw gets away, and Ford is safe. Two balls and 1 strike to count to Ezra. Pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Two balls and 2 strikes to count to Lewis Ezra. Popped foul left side. It'll be out of play as Petrelli watches it drop in on the berm area behind the third base seating area here at Pioneer Park. Two and 2 the count to Ezra. Two balls and 2 strikes to count. Again, they check the runner at second base, Ford. Stretch by Ball. 2-2. Swing and a miss as he can't catch up with the curveball. Second time that Ezra has struck out in the game. 2 down here in the 7th inning. First strikeout for Ball.
Third baseman, number 13, Jaden Stiegel.
Jaden Stiegel will bat. Stiegel in the ball game has walked, singled, reached on a fielder's choice, and lined out. He scored 3 runs. Stretch by Ball. And the pitch shows bunt, and he bunts it foul. Plate 1 strike. One strike to count to Stiegel. Ball looks in for the sign. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, lofted to left field. Fletcher in and to his right, and he'll make the catch, and the inning is over. Leadoff single, but nothing else for the Pioneers in the seventh. We are halfway through the seventh and seventh inning stretch time. Tusculum leading UVA Wise 13-11 on the Pioneer Sports Network. Middle of the seventh inning here at Pioneer Park. We go to the bottom of the seventh inning with Tusculum leading 13-11. It'll be the shortstop Jordan Turner leading off the bottom of the seventh for the Cavaliers. He's grounded out 3 times. One of those times he knocked in a run. He takes a strike from Sam Lowe, who came in the top bottom of the sixth inning and retired the side, although he did give up a couple of runs in the inning. He managed to get out of it with the lead still intact, 13-11. Lowe's pitch is low. Ball and a strike. Lowe's 1-1 pitch is low and in. 2 balls and a strike. Stretched by Lowe and the 2-1 pitch. Outside 3-1. Three balls and 1 strike to count to Jordan Turner leading off the bottom of the seventh inning. Again, UVA Wise the home team in this series because these games were supposed to be played on their home field, which was unplayable this weekend. 3-1 pitch is there for a strike, 3-2. The Pioneers agreed to host these games. Grounder to second. Martin has it. Throw on to first in time for the out. One down here in the bottom of the seventh inning. Turner now 0 for 4. By the time this series is over, Tusculum will have played 12 straight games here at Pioneer Park and 15 out of 16. At the plate is the left fielder Ethan Fletcher. Fletcher has singled 3 times, twice knocking in 2 runs. 3 for 3, 4 RBIs, and 2 runs scored for the number 9 hitter, Ethan Fletcher. We come into play today with just 3 RBIs all season. First pitch to him from Lowe is taken for a strike. Lowe's next pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. The balls and 2 strikes, the count to Fletcher. Swing and a miss, strike 3. As down goes Fletcher on strikes. First strikeout for Lowe. 2 outs here in the 7th inning.
Second baseman, number 14, Brett Roberts.
Brett Roberts, the second baseman at the plate. Roberts is 2 for 4. He has grounded out on a bunt, singled twice, and lined out to left. He scored a run and knocked in 2. Now hitting .288 on the season. Lowe's first pitch to him is right there for a strike. One strike the count to Brett Roberts. Lowe's pitch, breaking ball in there for a strike, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes the count to Roberts. Wind up the 0-2 pitch. Bounced up the middle. Ford to his left. Has it behind the bag. Is thrown to first in time for the out. And here's a stat for you. Neither team scored in the 7th inning. It's the first time in this game that there was not at least 3 runs scored in an inning. Between the two teams, they had scored at least 3 runs in every inning in this game. 4, 6, 4, 3, 4, and 3. But no runs here in the 7th. And we'll go to the 8th with Tusculum leading 13-11 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Hello, my name is Jacob Fate, and I'm the Dean of the College of Business at Tusculum University. I'm proud to share with you that the programs in the College of Business received accreditation through ACBSP in December of 2018. The Accreditation Council for Business Schools and Programs accredits business schools and programs worldwide. This accreditation elevates our programs to the top programs worldwide.
Tusculum University is Tennessee's first university. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Students from 31 states and 15 countries have found a home here. With nearly 60 areas of study, Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit www.tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for.
We're off to the top of the 8th inning in Game 1 of our doubleheader with Tusculum leading UVA Wise 13-11. Jim Miller, glad you could join us today for doubleheader baseball, South Atlantic Conference style here at Pioneer Park this afternoon. And so far it's been a slugfest in game number 1. Tusculum led 4-0 after 1. UVA Wise scored 6 in the second, go up 6-4. Then Pioneers went up 8-4 and then 10-4. Then it was 10-5 as Wise got a run in the bottom of the 4th. Each team scored twice in the 5th. But here we are in the 8th. Tusculum leading 13-11 as it'll be Brandon Trammell leading off the top of the 8th inning, facing Jeremiah Ball, who pitched a scoreless 7th after he gave up a leadoff single. Trammell has reached base all 4 times in this game. He has singled 3 times and walked. He's knocked in 4 and scored 2. Takes that pitch away for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. The count to Brandon Trammell. He'll be followed by Hinton and Beaver here in the 8th. Ball with the stretch and the 1-0 pitch. That's away. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 the count to Brandon Trammell. Stretch by a ball. The 2-0 pitch is inside. 3 balls and no strikes. Three and 0 the count to Trammell. The 3-0 pitch. Up and in, ball 4, and Trammell has reached base 5 times now. 3 hits, 2 walks. Trey Hinton comes to the plate, and Hinton is 2 for 3. He has hit a sac fly, singled homer run, and flied out. He's also scored once. Stretched by a ball. Pitch to Hinton is up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Time is called, and we will have a visit to the mound. 2-0 the 2-0 pitch. 2-0 pitch. Up and in, ball 4, and Trammell has reached base 5 times now. 3 hits, 2 walks. Trey Hinton comes to the plate, and Hinton is 2 for 3. He has hit a sac fly, singled homer run, and flied out. He's also scored once. Stretched by a ball. Pitch to Hinton is up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Game 2 will start about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this game, and then Game 3 of the series will be tomorrow. Estimated we're going to start at 1 o'clock tomorrow, but check out TusculumPioneers.com for the official start time of tomorrow's final game of this series. And after the conversation, we'll get back to action here. Hey, we're up to 61 degrees this afternoon. Beautiful day here. Tomorrow's forecast, they're calling for rain starting in the morning, and rain into the afternoon, and rain into the evening. As this one is hit on a hop, played by the second baseman Roberts to Turner onto Campbell. Double play. Another double play turn by the UVA Wise infield. 4-6-3 goes that one, as Hinton is out on the double play. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. It's the third double play that Tusculum's hit into in this game. 2 of them have been conventional ground ball double plays, another line drive double play. Tusculum has turned 1 twin killing in this game. Jordan Beaver comes to the plate. Beaver is 3 for 4. He's doubled twice, knocked in 3. Now batting .407. Slow curveball is in there for a strike. 1 strike the count to Jordan Beaver. Tusculum out hitting UVA Wise 15-11. Ball's pitch, another slow curve, and that one is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count to Jordan Beaver. Ball's 1-1 pitch. Another slow curve, and that one is fouled away. 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes to count to Jordan Beaver. Stretch in the 1-2 pitch. Low and away, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to count to Jordan Beaver. Ball's 2-2 pitch. Check swing. And got the home plate umpire, Mo Turner, and immediately the catcher, Blom, hops up and goes out and talks to his pitcher, as Turner will have to walk that one off. Second time we've seen a foul tip at the plate. Turner's walked up the third baseline to gather himself. Will replenish his stock of baseballs. So the count will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jordan Beaver, as Turner will return to his post behind home plate. It's a tough be back there like that and taking foul tips and all kinds of other stuff. And Beaver, the catcher for the Pioneers, the batter, he knows more than anybody. He took one earlier off the foot. Had to walk that one off. A 2-2 pitch, a check swing, taken for a ball, full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count to Jordan Beaver with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. The Pioneers leading 13-11. Stretch and the payoff pitch. Low and outside, ball 4, and Beavers reach for a 4th straight time. He is a 2-out base runner for the center fielder, Alvaro Valdez. Valdez has struck out, walked, flied out, and singled.
The center fielder, number 19, Alvaro Valdez.
Valdez comes to the plate with 2 outs and a runner at first. Tusculum batters in this game have walked 9 times. Low and outside for a ball, 1-0. Also been hit by a pitch. One ball and no strikes to count to Valdez. Ball's pitch is high, 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes the count. E2-0 pitch. Line down the right field line towards the corner. Leaping and making the catch is the right fielder, Bradham. Nice play by Matthew Branham to retire the side as he got back to the fence. He was playing deep to begin with, and he got back there to the wall and made a nice leaping catch. As Valdez turned on that one to right, Branham got to the wall and makes the catch as he slams into the Under Armour banner on the fence in right field. But that'll do it for the Pioneers here in the 8th. 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's Tusculum 13, UVA Wise 11 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Family.
Food's here!
What's it mean to you?
We got lunch.
To us, it means the people you care about, look out for, and yeah, love. Even if you'd never let them hear you say it.
You're eating hummus? What's wrong with hummus?
Here at Ingalls, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. Because that's what families do. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Tusculum hanging on to a 13-11 lead over UVA Wise. It'll be Blom, Cagle, and Wirtz, the 2, 3, and 4 batters for the Cavaliers here in the 8th against right-hander Sam Lowe, who came in the 6th inning and has pitched 2 innings since then, allowing no hits, a walk, and a strikeout. He's retired the last 5 batters he's faced. Blom has reached base 3 times. He's singled twice and walked and scored 2 runs. Low with the first pitch of the 8th. Line to right field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Trammell will unable to pick it up as the ball short hopped him, and into second base goes Blom. That'll be a single and an error on Trammell to allow Blom to move up to second base. That ball just handcuffed him. It was hit hard to right field, and Trammell came over to pick it up, and he just was unable to make the play, and then he lost sight of where it was. It was behind him, and Blom diving into second base with a leadoff hit and an error. The second error of the game for the Pioneers. 12th hit of the game for the Cavaliers. And Dawson Cagle batting as a tying run. He's has 2 hits, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. He takes a strike. Tusculum's led this game since the 3rd inning. It's never been a safe lead. This one is skied to center field. Valdez backpedaling. He will have it lined up to make the catch. Blom will tag, and he will come into third base, or he will be with 1 out for the center fielder, Gabe Wirtz. So Cagle flies out for the 3rd time in the game. But Blom that much closer to pulling the Cavaliers within a run as he is at third base with 1 out for Wirtz. Wirtz has singled, flied out, grounded into a double play, and walked. He has scored a run. 24 runs, 27 hits between the 2 teams in this game. Time is called. Lowe's pitch, hit to third. Stiegel makes the play, looks the runner back, his throw across in time for the out. Nice play there by Jaden Stiegel to keep that runner at third base for the 2nd out of the inning. So Wirtz now 1 for 4. Tristan Petrarelli will bat. Petrarelli has been safe on an error, walked, singled, and reached on the fielder's choice. He's scored a run and knocked in a run. Nice play at third by Stiegel on the reaction play. He was able to make the throw across after looking the runner back. Pitch to Petrarelli. He's in there for a strike. One strike the count to Petrarelli. The 0-1 pitch. It hit him. Got him right on the elbow. Fortunately, he was wearing that big elbow pad, which is why they wear them. Still hurt, though. And he'll take his base. So now runners at the corners with 2 outs for the first baseman, Tyler Campbell. Campbell has been hit by a pitch. He's flied out, walked, and hit a sac fly, and he scored 2 runs. Petrarelli still shaking off that ball off the arm. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Tusculum up 2, 13-11 here in the last of the 8th. Stretch by Lowe in the pitch. There for a strike. One strike the count to Tyler Campbell. The stretch and the 0-1. In the outside corner, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes the count. Oh, and 2 the count to Campbell. The 0-2 pitch, low and in the dirt, 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes the count to Campbell. Lowe's pitch. Bounced to third. It is a foul ball. 1-2 the count holds. One ball and 2 strikes. Now Lowe steps off. Stretch. The 1-2 pitch. Inside, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. Pitch. Low and in the dirt, blocked by Beaver. It's a full count. They've been trying to get Campbell to chase, and he's been laying off these pitches. Now they count 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three and 2 the count. The runner will be off from first. Lowe's pitch. Low and away, ball 4. They just do not want to let Campbell beat them. And they pitch very carefully to him all day. And now the bases are loaded with 2 outs for the right fielder, Matthew Branham. Branham has popped up into a fielder's choice, into another fielder's choice, and flied out. He's 0 for 4. He has scored a run. Hence, might be why the Pioneers were careful with Campbell. First pitch to Branham is low for a ball, 1-0. 13-11. Tying run at second base here with 2 outs in the 8th inning. Stretch by Lowe. The 1-0 pitch. High strike. And by the reaction of the Wise bench, they were as surprised as I was. 1 ball and 1 strike the count to Branham. The stretch by Lowe. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two. Starting to get tough for the batters as the pitchers are in the sunshine and the batters are in the shadows. As you can see around the base paths, the bases are loaded, 2 outs. Ball and 2 strikes to count to Branham. Lowe's 1-2 pitch. Low blocked by Beaver, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lowe came in the 6th, pitching here with 2 outs in the 8th. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, he got him. Lowe went back to the breaking ball, and Branham swings and misses for the strikeout. Second strikeout of the game for Lowe, and he strands the bases loaded here in the 8th inning. No runs, a hit, and 3 left. We go to the 9th in Game 1. It's Tusculum 13, UVA Wise 11 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
New pitcher for UVA Wise as we go to the top of the 9th inning. It's right-hander Tyler Hayes. Hayes making his 7th appearance of the season. He has 2 saves, a 1.69 earned run average. 5 in the 3rd innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. Walked 1, struck out 4. Opponent's hitting .238 against Tyler Hayes, who is a sophomore, 6'2", 215 pounds, out of Knoxville Catholic High School. And he will be given the assignment of retiring the top of the order for the Pioneers and to try and keep it a 2-run game for the Cavaliers as we go to the bottom, as they try and keep it a 2-run game when they go to the bottom of the 9th. Martin, Ford, and Furr due up for the Pioneers here in the 9th. Tusculum out hitting UVA Wise 15-12. Both teams have left 8 runners on base. As we reached the 9th inning, it was 13-11 after 6, and that's where we stand now here in the 9th. 2 scoreless innings of relief for Jeremiah Ball for the Cavaliers. Dalton Martin leading off. He has been hit by a pitch, grounded out, lined into a double play, singled, and grounded into a double play. He is 1 for 4 officially with 2 runs scored. First pitch is low and in for a ball, 1-0. One ball and no strikes to count to Dalton Martin. Next pitch is golfed down the right field line. It's going to hook foul towards the Tusculum bullpen and falls in as a foul ball strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Hayes' last appearance was last Saturday at Mars Hill. He gave up an unearned run in 2/3 of an inning in a 7-4 victory. Does have 2 saves, pitched a scoreless inning against Payne College in a 7-4 win, and also a scoreless inning against Virginia State in a 3-2 victory. 2-1 to Martin. The pitch is fouled away, 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count to Dalton Martin, leading off the top of the 9th inning for the Pioneers. Hayes peers in for the sign. And the 2-2. Line back up the middle into center field for a base hit. Right through the box as Martin picks up his second hit of the game. He's now 2 for 5. And Bryson Ford will come up for the Pioneers. Ford has hit a sac fly, walked, singled, doubled, and singled. He is 3 for 3 officially. 2 runs scored, an RBI, and a walk. Now hitting .349 on the season. Martin the runner at first base with 12 stolen bases in as many attempts, but Ford could be bunting here. He is. He gets it down. Hayes comes off the mound. Throw on to first to Campbell covering in time for the out. 1-3 on the sacrifice as Martin takes second. 1 down for the left fielder, Fuzzy Furr. Furr looking for his first hit of the game. He has walked, grounded out, walked, hit a sac fly, and grounded out. Tusculum hanging on to a 13-11 lead here in the top of the 9th inning. Hayes' pitch is there for a strike. One strike to count to Fuzzy Furr. And Hayes will step off. Now the stretch. And he'll look Martin back to second base. Martin wouldn't be afraid to steal third in this situation. Stretch. And the 0-1 pitch. High. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Bryson Ford. Stretch by Hayes. 1-1 pitch. Hit towards short. Turner knocks it down. He's not going to have a play. Martin coming around third. Turner double clutches. The throw to the plate is late. And Martin scores all the way from second base on a ground ball to shortstop. That'll be an infield single for Furr. And Martin scores on the play. So it's going to be an RBI single. And Tusculum adds that insurance run, leading at 14-11. You do not often see a runner score from second base on an infield single where the ball never leaves the dirt. But Martin, if Turner would have come up with it cleanly, Martin would have been out at the plate by 20 feet. But Turner couldn't find it right away and then double clutched as he went to throw, and that gave Martin all the time he needed to score the run. Ezra skies one to center field, drifting towards left center. Lining it up is the left fielder, Fletcher, to make the catch for the second out. Furr will return to first. With that hit, Furr now gives the Pioneers hits for all 9 starters in the lineup. Jaden Stiegel, the third baseman, will bat. Stiegel has walked, singled, reached on a fielder's choice, lined out, and flied out. He scored 3 runs, stolen 2 bases. Stiegel now batting .328 on the year. Stretch by Hayes in the pitch. In there for a strike. So the Pioneers got the insurance run they were looking for here in this 9th inning. We'll see if Mitch McCain will come in to pitch the bottom of the 9th. McCain has 2 saves on the season. Next pitch is there for a strike, 0-2. The ball's in 2 strikes to count to Jaden Stiegel. The 0-2. It hit him. It grazed his uniform, and Stiegel is a base runner with 2 outs. Furr moves up to second. And Brandon Trammell, who's reached base all 5 times, comes to the plate. Trammell had a 2-run single in the first, a 2-run single in the third, walked in the fourth, singled in the sixth, and walked in the eighth. He has scored 2 runs, knocked in 4. So Trammell will bat here with runners at first and second. Trammell's average now up to 280 on the season. Furr the runner at second, Stiegel the runner at first. First pitch from Hayes. Fly ball foul down the left field side. It'll be out of play off the fencing in front of the UVA Wise bullpen, of which there is no one down there at the moment. 1 strike to count to Brandon Trammell. Stiegel the runner over at first base with 1 strike. Stretch in the 0-1 pitch. Hit to short. Turner will take it himself to short, and that'll end the inning. So they finally get Trammell for the first time today. 1 run in the inning for the Pioneers on 2 hits and 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Pioneers looking to close out game 1 of this doubleheader. They lead at 14-11 on the Pioneers Sports Network.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student-athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student-athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student-athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Hello, my name is Jacob Fate, and I'm the Dean of the College of Business at Tusculum University. I'm proud to share with you that the programs in the College of Business received accreditation through ACBSP in December of 2018. The Accreditation Council for Business Schools and Programs accredits business schools and programs worldwide. This accreditation elevates our programs to the top programs worldwide.
Tusculum University is Tennessee's first university. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Students from 31 states and 15 countries have found a home here. With nearly 60 areas of study, Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit www.tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 to discover the pioneer experience for yourself.
We are.
Left-hander Mitch McCain will come on for the Pioneers here in the bottom of the 9th inning. McCain trying to save this one for the Pioneers. He's 0-1 in the season with 2 saves, a 2.38 earned run average, making his 8th appearance. 11 in the 3rd inning, 7 hits, 3 runs, both are all earned. He's walked 4, struck out 14, and opponents are hitting 184 against left-hander Mitch McCain. McCain, the senior, 6'1", 195 pounds, out of Lawrenceville, Georgia. So McCain will go to work here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Leading off is the shortstop Jordan Turner, who's 0 for 4 with 4 groundouts and an RBI. Kane's first pitch, right there for a strike. Kane's last appearance was a save on Tuesday against King. He got the final out of that game. He's been unscored upon in 5 of his 7 appearances. The next pitch is low and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Kane has 7 career saves. He had 4 saves as a sophomore, 1 last year as a junior when he was 5-1 out of the pen. making his 54th career appearance, all in relief. Next one is low, 2 balls and a strike. McCain in 76 2/3 career innings has struck out 104 batters, but he's walked 44. Two-one pitch, pop foul, 2-2. Kane was the inaugural recipient of the Bob McCloskey Insurance Postgraduate Scholarship, which was awarded last year for the first time by the South Atlantic Conference. 2-2 pitch. Bounced towards first. It's going to be a foul ball. Still 2-2 to Jordan Turner. Turner now hitting .212 on the season. Tusculum went Becker with 3 innings, Collins for 1, Lloyd with 1, Lowe with 3 innings, and now McCain here in the 9th. Stretch the 2-2 pitch. Low, 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes the count, leading off the 9th inning. Stretch by McCain. And the 3-2 pitch. Checks his swing. Ball 4. So Turner is a leadoff base runner here in the 9th.
The left fielder, Ethan Fletcher.
And the left fielder, Ethan Fletcher, will bat. Fletcher has had a good game. He's singled home 2 runs in the 2nd, singled in the 4th and scored, singled home 2 runs in the 5th. He's 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs. Kane's pitch is low and in, 1 ball and no strikes. One ball and no strikes to count to Fletcher. This one is lined to right center field. Plenty of space out there. Is going to drop in and head towards the warning track. Coming around third is Turner. They're going to wave him home. On to third base is Fletcher. The throw is late. It's a triple for Ethan Fletcher. His 4th hit of the game, his 5th RBI, and it's 14-12.
Second baseman, Brett Roberts.
So the tying run will come to the plate here in the bottom of the 9th inning, and Brett Roberts, the second baseman. Roberts has been out on a bunt, singled, lined out, grounded out. 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs and a run scored. This one's cued to third. It takes a weird hop. Stiegel's not going to have a play anywhere. That ball had all kinds of top spin on it. It's going to be an infield single. Fletcher holds on at third base, and now runners are at the corners with nobody out. Roberts hit a cue ball down to third base, and Stiegel, the ball was going towards the bag, and all of a sudden just took a right turn and headed back towards the middle of the infield. Nothing he could do with that one. It's an infield single, Roberts' 3rd hit of the game, and just like that, the Cavaliers now have the tying runs on base. Still nobody out with the heart of the lineup coming up. And head coach Brandon Steele's making his way to the home plate area. Might have a pitching change. See what he does here, or he'll just gather it. He is going to make a pitching change. So McCain does not retire a batter. Gives up a walk, a triple, and a single. And I believe it's going to be a pitching change. Usually Coach Steele will come out to make a change. See what he does here. Home plate umpire made a wave toward the Tusculum dugout, but see what Coach Steele has in mind here. A lot of times he'll come out and give the pitcher some time to warm up. And it is going to stay with McCain. So McCain will stay on here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And the catcher, Tyler Blom, is the batter. Blom has popped up, singled twice, walked, and singled again. He's 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Pitch is high and away for a ball, 1-0. Pitch low, 2-0. Two balls and no strikes the count. The pitch, line foul, it's 2-1. Two balls and one strike to count to Tyler Blom. Fletcher, the runner at third base. Roberts, the runner at first. Roberts is 4 for 5 in stolen base attempts this season, although with the left-handed pitcher on the mound, might be less likely to try it. 2-1 pitch. Grounded right off the bag down the third base line. It'll be a base hit. Roberts makes a wide turn, but he'll hold it second as in to score is Fletcher, and it's now a 14-13 game. Two funky balls down the third baseline. That one right off the base. He could not have rolled that down there any better than that, and it kicked right off the bag and into left field for a base hit, and it's now 14-13. And now the winning runs are on base with nobody out here in the 9th, and now Coach Steele's going to come out, and this will be a pitching change for the Pioneers. So Tusculum's really going to have to earn this one here as the Cavaliers have come on here in the 9th with 2 runs and still nobody out in the inning. It'll be a pitching change for Tusculum. We'll have the details for you when we come back. 14-13. Tusculum holding on to a 1-run lead on the Pioneer Sports Network. New pitcher for the Pioneers here in the bottom of the 9th inning is right-hander Carter Linton. Linton will try and nail this one down here, but he's going to have to really earn this one as he comes on for the 9th time this season. He is 1-1 on the season, a 1.59 earned run average. 11 in the third innings, 11 hits, 4 runs, 2 of them earned. He's walked 7, struck out 17, and opponents are batting .250 against Carter Linton, the senior 5'11", 195 pounds out of Dobbins Bennett High School in Kingsport. He's second DB player to pitch in this game, along with Jeremiah Ball, who came in and pitched earlier for UVA Wise. He'll have to navigate the middle of the lineup here. Cagle, Wirtz, and Pecciarelli, with Roberts the runner at second, Blom on at first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the ninth. UVA Wise the home team on the scoreboard, even though they are the visitors in the ballpark. Linton's last appearance was Tuesday against King. He went an inning and 2/3, gave up 1 run, was not earned in the 8-7 victory. So we'll see what Cagle does here. He's flied out 3 times. He's also doubled home 2 runs and singled and scored a run. 14-13. Showing bunt all the way. Gets it down. Past the pitcher, Linton. Everybody's going to be safe. It's going to be a bunt single for Cagle. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. Cagle bunted it hard past Linton on the dive, and then it rolled out into that no man's land between first and second base. The runner, Roberts, coming around third, slammed on the brakes, and otherwise it would have been potentially scoring that tying run, but instead he'll camp out at third base. The bases are loaded with nobody out for the center fielder, Gabe Wirtz. Wirtz has singled in 5 plate appearances. Infield all the way in. A base hit could win the game for the Cavaliers, in which you'd have an odd situation of a team celebrating a walk-off in the visitors' ballpark. Linton's first pitch. Foul, 1 strike. 1 strike the count to Gabe Wirtz. 16th hit of the game for the Cavaliers, as they've picked up 2 infield hits in this inning, and another one that hit the bag at third base. Linton, the 0-1 pitch. Did it hit him? It did. Hit by pitch, and we're tied. Wait, now he's going to go out and talk to the second base umpire. Nope, they're going to keep him here. He's sending them all back. He's saying it's a foul ball. And now we're going to have a discussion as Coach Hank Banner comes out and wants to know why was his man not getting first base. Wirtz reacted and started going to first base. And now we're going to have a discussion as the base umpires all get together. We'll see what they come up with here. I guess they're going to be looking for help. The question is going to be whether the ball hit the bat or hit his hand. Wirtz didn't put up much of an argument when they sent him back to the plate. And we'll see what the call is. Now he's coming over to talk to Coach Steele. And they'll discuss this. And it looks like they'll probably keep everybody where they were. Home plate umpire Mo Turner having the discussion there with Tusculum coach Brandon Steele. Still discussing it. It would be a no ball, 2 strike count if it's a foul ball. The discussion is continuing. I don't know what you'd need to be explaining to Coach Steele if you're making a call. The call is what it is. Make the call and then have the discussion. You've already been here about 3.5 hours. What's a couple more minutes? Now, Coach Steele seems like he's dissatisfied. And that discussion is continuing. Now, Steele will walk away. And they do call it a hit batsman. They do give him the hit batsman, and the run scores, and the game is tied. I just figured the way that discussion was going with Coach Steele that you wouldn't be talking to him that long if it wasn't going to be called that way. And it is. It's a hit by pitch, and we are tied at 14 here in the bottom of the ninth. Still bases loaded, still nobody out. And now the Cavaliers can walk it off here as Petrarelli will bat. He's reached base on a hit and a walk, and also was hit by a pitch, Linton's pitch. That hit him, the game's over. The game is over on another hit by pitch, as coming in to score is Blom, and the Cavaliers win it in bizarre fashion, 15-14 here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Back-to-back hit by pitches on consecutive pitches, and that ends the ball game. A crazy ending here at Pioneer Park in a crazy game, and game one of our doubleheader. 15-14, UVA Wise scores 4 runs in the bottom of the ninth with no outs. 7 straight batters reach base, the last 2 on hit by pitches, and then is in a seemingly bizarre ending, as you can imagine, just the entire half inning. But the Cavaliers get the win, and hats off to them. They earned it. They stuck with it, and they pick up the victory by a score of 15-14. We'll have the final recap for you in just a moment on the Pioneer Sports Network. Back here at Pioneer Park, where the UVA Wise Cavaliers have stunned the Tusculum Pioneers with 4 runs in the bottom of the ninth inning to overcome a 14-11 deficit and win it by a score of 15-14 in game one of our doubleheader. Tusculum led it 4-0 after a half inning, but the Cavaliers got 6 runs in the bottom of the second to go up 6-4. Tusculum got 4 runs in the top of the third to go up 8-6 and then made it 10-6 in the fourth. Wise got a run in the bottom of the fourth to make it 10-7. The teams each got 2 runs in the fifth to make it 12-9 Tusculum after 5. Run for Tusculum in the sixth, 2 in the bottom of the sixth for the Cavaliers, and it was 13-10 after 6 innings. Then the teams went scoreless in the seventh and the eighth. Tusculum got an insurance run on the top of the ninth to make it 13-11. But then in the bottom of the ninth inning, Turner led off with a walk. Fletcher tripled to make it 14-12. Roberts then singled on a spinner down the third baseline, and Blom followed with a ground ball off the bag at third for a single to make it 14-13. A single by Cagle loaded the bases on a bunt, and then Wirtz hit by a pitch after the discussion, and then Petrarelli hit by the next pitch by Carter Linton, and that's the ball game. 15-14, UVA Wise wins it here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Final totals for Wise: 15 runs, 16 hits, 1 error. They left 8. For Tusculum's 14 runs, 17 hits, 2 errors. They left 10. The winning pitcher is going to be Tyler Hayes. He will get the win. Hayes is now 1-0 on the season. Mitch McCain will take the loss. He drops to 0-2 on the year as the Pioneers lose it in the bottom of the ninth inning, 15-14. In a game that had a little bit of everything this afternoon at Pioneer Park. Hitting stars for the Pioneers, while all 9 batters in the lineup had at least 1 hit. Bryson Ford was 3 for 3 with 2 runs scored. Brandon Trammell 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs. Jordan Beaver was 3 for 4 with 2 doubles and 3 RBIs in the victory in the loss for the Pioneers. For the Cavaliers, Tyler Blom 4 for 5 with 3 runs scored. Dawson Cagle 3 for 6 with 2 RBIs. Tristan Petrarelli, the walk-off hit by pitch. And, of course, Ethan Fletcher, the number 9 spot in the lineup, 4 for 5 with 5 RBIs in the victory for the Cavaliers. So, after Becker gave up 7 runs in 3 innings to start. Lloyd gave up 4 runs in an inning of work, and McCain gives up 4 runs without retiring a batter in the 9th. As UVA Wise gets the win 15-14. The Cavaliers improve their record to 8-6 overall, 2-2 in the conference. Tusculum now 10-8 overall, 0-4 in the conference. Game 2 of our doubleheader will start close to 5 o'clock. I'm sure they'll want to get going as quickly as they can. But this game is wrapped up here this afternoon. The time of the game was 3 hours and 27 minutes. And the game that was played in beautiful temperatures in the 50s today, but a crazy one, 29 runs, 33 hits in this doubleheader. Game 1 goes to UVA Wise 15, Tusculum 14. This game will be archived and will not be available for rebroadcast, but you can check out the highlights on our YouTube page at TusculumPioneers.com. And we'll be back live again right close to 5 o'clock. The video link is on our YouTube page, and you can click on that as we get close to game time and watch game number 2 between Tusculum and UVA Wise coming up about 5 o'clock. That'll be a 7-inning game. For everyone who makes Tusculum athletic events possible through video, I'd like to thank them for their continuing assistance. I'm Jim Miller. Have a great break. We'll be back around 5 o'clock for Game 2 of our doubleheader. Once again, your final score, the UVA Wise Cavaliers 15, the Tusculum Pioneers 14 on the Pioneer Sports Network.